It's going live. I'm gonna check.
It's always been about craft for us. It always will be. We're guided by its possibility. It's always been about craft for us. It always will be. We're guided by its possibility. It's always been about craft for us. It always will be. We're guided by its possibility. It's always been about craft for us. It always will be. We're guided by its possibility.
This is my phone. Let's figure out this. Hold on. Let's see here.
So what's the problem?
Welcome, everyone. We'll begin in just a few moments. Welcome, everyone, and this is the Arizona Fall Classic Junior Academic Games. Welcome to Sports Stream Media. My name is Michael Yank, and with me on this game, we've got a special guest, Eric Hansen. Eric, how are you this evening?
All right, yourself?
We're going to get started, Eric, in just 1 second. We're tying into their audio on the main screen or the main stage here with them. So give us just a minute. We'll get started momentarily. All right, everyone, we're testing out the audio, and they are just about to get started here in Peoria, Arizona. Eric, how about we test you for a second?
Well, we're here in Peoria. It's a somewhat nice September evening. I don't want to say it's beautiful because, well, it's kind of that 90-degree day, 60% humidity. It's like the monsoon is kind of going away. There's still storms here and there. It's a little muggy out there.
All right, everyone. So as we get settled here and the game's about to get started, this game's a little bit different. This is not your typical 9-inning baseball game. This is the academic games, and it is played showcase style. So I'm going to go to Eric here and have Eric explain to you exactly what that means so he can explain the way this game's going to work. Eric, go ahead.
Oh gosh, I hope you guys have pen and paper handy because there's going to be a test after this, but there are quite a different number of rules here. For starters, it's going to be a 10-inning game. That's right. Regardless of score, there will be 10 innings of baseball. There are 10 different pitchers for each team. Each pitcher will throw at least 1 inning or 5 batters, whichever comes first. Doesn't matter if they get the 3 outs on 3 pitches or if the 5 batters equal 50, there is no pitch count. Now, catchers. There will be a different catcher every single inning, and there are 3 of them on each team. So it will rotate catcher 1, catcher 2, catcher 3, and so on. First base is also weird. Each team carries 2 first basemen, and they alternate each inning. And in the outfield, you've got your 3, and they alternate each inning. There's a different set of 3, so there's a total of 6 outfielders on each team. And then the infield, that being third base, second base, and shortstop, they rotate with the outfield. So that group of 6, the infield and outfield, alternate between odd and even innings, but the first base is a little bit weird. First base is by itself. Hopefully I got all that.
It's an interesting way to get from A to B, but I think you got there.
All right.
Good. All right, so I just got a call while Eric was giving you the ins and outs of how this showcase game works. Umpires are running behind. Go figure, it's always the umpires.
Don't be too hard on them.
So it's nice up here because with all the cameras, we get to critique their zone all night. But so while we're waiting for them, we're going to go ahead and the other thing about this game is this morning, what happened is over 100 players showed up and they were at a tryout. And every player who is here at this tryout, they have to have at least a 3.7 GPA. Now that's cumulative, okay? The idea of this game is that it's the all academic games. Now, college coaches, when they're looking for players, they have options when players have better grades. Put it that way. You only have so many scholarships that a college coach can give out for his team in baseball. Baseball really gets the shaft in the NCAA. All right. However, there is academic money that they can help a player obtain a scholarship based on academics. That's why these games are so important to college coaches, because the better the GPA, the better they can help with the scholarship process for the academic side without having to use their sports or athlete scholarships. So that's the whole idea behind these games. All of these players, they are all uncommitted juniors in high school. All right, this is a huge moment for them. This is something where Eric, this is a shot. I mean, next week we're covering the senior academic games, and that's kind of like your hourglass is upside down when it comes to high school, and you're just about out of sand. You're going into your final high school season. These juniors, they want to get kind of comfortable which coaches are looking at them, have those conversations with those college coaches so that they can try and determine what their athletic collegiate future is going to be.
Yeah, I kind of wonder between today's game and next week how do I put this lightly, how urgent players play. Because you figure the juniors, let's say there's an error early in the first inning. You thought, okay, at least there will be next year. Whereas opposed to the seniors, I'm kind of curious the difference between the style of play, the tempo, and just if there's a sense of urgency difference between the two.
Eric, last year was the first year that the sports stream covered this event. And I'm going to say they really liked it because they wanted us to come back. But this event, the juniors, I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was a great game. Seniors was good too, but the seniors they've kind of been through it, a lot of them, when they get there, so they're a little bit more comfortable. I think the juniors play a little bit more on edge because this is the first time they've done it.
All right. And we are at a venue where professionals do play. Granted, for spring training, I want to say the Mariners and the Padres play here.
That's right. This is Peoria Sports Complex, Peoria, Arizona. That's the northwest side of town. Eric and I are both from the other side of town, kind of where the Cubs and A's and even the Tempe Diablo, the Angels play. We're more over that way, but there's the one thing about Arizona is there are a ton of fields for spring training. So you get a lot of tournaments, especially in summer. I mean, USA Baseball comes here. They bring 100 teams every week for, I think, 3 or 4 weeks, almost an entire month in Arizona during the summer. You would think it's too hot to play, but
yeah,
we're out there.
Thank goodness for air conditioning. I feel sorry for them.
There's no air conditioning on the field, though. So at least not for us. But, so with this, there are fields over behind the main stadium. There's some what they call the Mariners side and some that they call the Padres side. There's actually a tournament that begins tomorrow. The Junior Fall Classic is a bunch of teams. Players are on teams. Some teams have been together a while. Other teams are formed just for this tournament. It is a tournament. However, the junior and senior tournament is run showcase style. The freshman and sophomore classics, those are run regular, game format tournament style. So, excuse me. So you really have all spectrums for freshmen and sophomores. they're out playing games with their teams. I have a team that's in the sophomore classic in a couple weeks. We have a freshman team that's actually 2 freshman teams in the freshman fall classic. So this weekend is the junior. Now, Eric, during the senior one, which is they have actually senior is next week. After that is sophomore, then freshman. And everything goes based on the week. So I believe they begin Thursday night and they wrap up Sunday evening. Okay, the tournaments do, or the games. At the end, the last 2 weeks, they have the Easton Underclass and Easton Upperclass Classic. This is a classic tournament style games, winner take all type tournament. The cool thing is on Friday night, there's a home run derby right here. We're actually set up down on the field, and we cover that. It's a lot of fun. It's about an hour and a half long. We bring the leaders in. We put them next to us in the booth or at the table, however you want to call it. And we let them talk a little bit of smack. They don't. I do. But so that's where we're at. Hey, we've got umpires. Glad they can make it. We have a umpire. That's enough to get started.
It's something.
So it's pretty cool. As you're looking down, you notice you'll start to see a number of collegiate shirts. There are plenty of scouts in the stands. Again, these college recruiters, these college scouts, they're looking for those smart kids they can use, right?
And don't let your eyes deceive you. Granted, there is a team called Black and Gray. There are no team names. They're just colors, but they do wear the same uniforms.
So this is where Eric gets to have some fun because I just refuse to do it. I'm a little bit more high maintenance. The numbers on the back of the shirts are color coordinated. So with that, do we have a color coordinated list? Okay. So when the pitchers are red, just so you know. The infielders are blue. The outfielders are green. And the catchers are black. I did that with my own eyes. I'm pretty good, right?
So wait, there's a team named Black, but there's also the color black of position coding.
Right. Well, here's what they do, right? So if they're an outfielder, that way the recruiters know that if you have a green number, you're an outfielder, okay? If you have a blue number, you are an infielder. If you have a black number, you're a catcher. And if you have a red number, you are a pitcher. So while everyone looks exactly the same, it's only based on the hat color that makes it different. I feel like I have a little bit more pull with Fall Classic now. We can maybe implement a change with him. But the fact of the matter is, honestly, Eric, the fact that everyone has shirts and hats in today's climate of what's available, that's amazing. So why don't we go ahead? We've got number 40 up. We'll figure out who's on the mound with the sheet. Let's talk about who's here.
All right. It appears up to bat first is number 40, Harry Petzlman. Pelsman, I hope I'm saying that correct.
We work with what we got. Ball's off inside. Now on the mound, we got 11 red.
That is Cameron Larson.
Cameron Larson. Does it say where he's from?
Cameron Larson is from Cherry Creek High School from Colorado.
Okay.
It's a swing and miss. Out number 1.
I know the coach of Cherry Creek. He's been doing it a long time. All right, so.
This is Sho Garcia stepping into the box now. Batting from the right-hand side.
All right, so Cameron has a 3.7 GPA. And we do have their GPA, so we're going to go ahead and say all of those.
Might as well show off their academic, as that one is outside, 2-0 the count.
Cameron's 5'10", 155.
That one's high as he seems to favor what appears on the audience side as the right side of the mound. To him, that would be the left.
So in these games, look, in a regular game, you are disciplined 3-0, you take. 3-0, if they're going to groove one, you have to come out of your shoes. This is a showcase. Coaches are seeing what you can do. So that was number 43. Show Garcia.
And that was grounded to Boston Vest. And then that first baseman collected it. And remember, they alternate every inning.
All right, Kyle Rogers is at the plate. He's an infielder. Bats right, throws right.
From San Marcos, California.
Okay. Mission Hills High School, and he's got a 4.0 GPA.
Wow, perfect.
Great
that was
movement
inside.
on that pitch. Kind of cool. You can see it up from above here.
1-2 is the count. Looks like he wanted to offer it that. A good angle that we happen to have is that you get to see vertical movement. I know some other angles in like the majors, they get to see horizontal, but here's a really good vantage point for vertical as that's outside. Count is now full. Here's the payoff pitch. Outside, walked him.
Again, it's a little bit different discipline plan when you come to the plate here. I mean, they're looking to see you hit and run. So
this one's hit to deep center. Got some simple pop fly.
kind of drifted back a little bit. I think it carried more than he thought it was going to.
Well, this is no short park. It is 410 to deep center.
Yeah. It did lift it, and he ended up having to get back pretty fast there. So in the bullpen, we've got
whole slew of pitchers. You got 9 more of them.
Starting to get loose. He's showing his pickoff. Now here's where he's at, right? He's got 2 outs. Okay. So he's got 2 outs. So right now he needs to show some of his pickoff moves. Because he's coming to the end of his day already, believe it or not, in this showcase.
Such a small window of time to show off what you got. Counts tied at 1 for number 1, Easton DeLonda.
Catcher, he's 6'1", 185. Almor Gordo. New Mexico, he's got a 4.0.
Checks the runner at first. Swing and a miss. And that will end the inning.
All right, so if you've got a pen and a pencil, for us, what we do is we now cross Cameron off. And this is one of those longer broadcasts, Eric. So this is your first time doing this game with me, or so I just want to let you know, towards the end of it, we're a little delirious. So we cross them off so we know how much we have left. All right.
This will now be Travis Maxwell on the mound.
He's out of Yorba Linda, California, another 4.0 student. He is Esperanza High School, 5'10", 160, right-handed pitcher. What else we got about him? He's got the flow, right?
I always admire the baseball players where their hairstyle matches them wearing a hat, where it's built around them wearing a hat.
Right?
The battery mate will be Cohen Nisani, who is from Anchorage, Alaska. We have people from all over the United States here.
Absolutely. Perfect. All right. We've got number 20 behind the plate. This is got to get the right sheet.
I just do want to tell everyone that we do not know who is playing until about an hour before time.
Well, and we were doing stuff, so that doesn't even count either. All right.
Normally, it's like, what high school they went to, how many walk-offs they hit, and it's like, nah, you kind of get the roster.
Right. All right, you've already said the catcher's from Anchorage, Alaska. I mean, if people saw this makes no sense whatsoever. I'm holding up a sheet that they give us. Trevor, I love you, but I'm going to have to study that a little bit sooner next time.
In the box is Dryden Foco. Takes strike one.
Again, he's wearing so this is gray hitting. Okay.
Even though all the jerseys look the same. This is what we're dealing with.
This is the front of the hat. It's the front of the hat. Everyone else is closer than us. I can. All right.
0-2 count. So far, the pace has been quite quick. I don't know if they're working with pitch clock or not. Fastball a little low there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Inside
Swing.
off the hands. PFP. Here we go. He pulls it off. That could have been a disaster. You seen John Lester do that? No, you have not.
No. But that's one of the reasons right there that I think they switch off first baseman after every inning, because you think pretty much every ball goes to them other than a strikeout and like a pop fly. They get a lot of action over there.
Everybody always holds their breath when the pitcher goes to make a play. It's either going to go to the first baseman or into the stands. There's no in the middle.
Evan Smith takes ball 1. Evan Smith, you'll see him out in the infielder tonight from San Francisco, California. Foul straight back. Now, I was always told that if a batter fouls a ball straight back, that means they were on top of it speed-wise, just the location of the bat was slightly off.
That would be true. If I'm the pitcher, you know what I say? Still missed it.
Counts even at 1. Outside.
The crowd wants the call.
You can never win with the crowd.
The umpire says, not in my zone. Tries to go upstairs.
Counts now 3-1. Now, we are only working with one umpire. So,
well, there's a guy in shorts out at first because there must be another one en route. And look, who knows? There could be traffic issues. Normally this game starts at 6 o'clock. See, Eric, I'm swinging at that. because a walk doesn't really show much. You know, they're looking at my swing. As much as I'd like to say they care about base running, let's face it, they want to see if I can hit missiles. They want lasers.
They do, but it does show plate discipline.
Hit a bomb.
There's strike one. He was taking a pretty good lead. Evan Smith off first base there.
And the runner goes.
And Isaiah Nolan fouls that back.
He was 0-1, so he couldn't let it go. He needed to go after that pitch. Even though the runner had a good jump, was in motion early.
So that's what you like to see. Because there was a perfect example of base running potentially happen, but it's another swing. Isaiah Nolan from Seattle, Washington.
All right, so now he's caught his breath. See if he's going to go in motion again as a runner. There he goes. And pitches away from the catcher, so he takes it easy.
Stolen bait for Evan Smith. See, you can showcase different skills. He's showcased plate discipline. He's now showcased base running.
I get it, but hit a bomb.
I take it you're a home run derby fan.
I just, that's what's paying everybody today. You can hit like 195, but if you have 42 home runs, you're going to get paid. It's actually kind of sad.
Maxwell trying to work here. Ball is in play. Because there is no umpire, we just have to kind of guess here that he is out.
All right, this is number 1, Nikolai Arnold. Nikolai plays for GBG out of Southern California with Michael Garcia Parra. Manhattan Beach, California. That's Miracosta High School with a 3.9 GPA.
That is ball one. Now, Evan Smith did get into third there. More base running.
Right. The ball was hit behind him, so he was able to go ahead and take third base. I'm going to lean your way, Eric. He's doing a good job on the bases.
I was hoping you'd come around.
Next time up, you better hit a freaking bomb.
Counts even at 1-1.
Ball has some good break to it.
Now, one of the things is, if you say to a player, oh, you're going to play a 10-inning game, you're like, oh, man, I'm going to get potentially 5 at-bats. But realistically, that one is fouled back as it hits our roof. But realistically, the way this format is because the pitcher is only going to face 5 batters at maximum, is that you're really only going to get 3 plate appearances. Outside. Now, you've said your case on what you want to see out of a batter. Do you want to see the same level of aggressiveness with a pitcher?
Absolutely. I want to get ahead. If I can get him, there's a couple things. If he can get out on 2 pitches or less, have him roll over or pop up, that would be ideal.
Ooh, high inside there.
Mm-hmm. And then I want to also show my punch-out power, right? I need to be able to not just work ahead, but then where's my money pitch where I can strike him out instead of kind of get the weak rollover. I need to be able to show that I can do both.
Another ball fouled back.
They're getting closer to us.
Slowly but surely. Yeah, we'll get one in the window.
draws the walk. Now we're first and third. Now they are not putting outs up there. We only have one? One out? The one at first?
I believe so.
Okay.
Now, Arnold took that from a 1-2 count and earned a walk. Once again, it's not a bomb, but it is something.
Okay. Look, they are trying to win. Both teams are trying to win the game.
And this is Bryce Gillardin, currently in the batter's box, 5'11", 170.
Oh, another PFP.
Another tap back to the pitcher. Stays clean. We are out of the inning. There were two.
There were two, and that's what makes it fun for us. We get to guess. So, with that, everyone, we will be right back. Welcome back, everyone. So this is the second inning, and if you are just joining us, this is the Arizona Fall Classic Junior All-Academic Games. And for those of you that are new or just joining us saying, what the heck does that mean? That means that this is a baseball game in a different format than your typical game. Are there winners and losers there? We're keeping score, but reality is that a pitcher is only up there for five hitters or 3 outs, whichever comes first, and they throw 1 inning, and then their day is done. So with that, we have a new pitcher to start the second inning. I'm going to send it over to Eric so he can tell you a little bit about him.
Currently on the mound is Jack Goffrin, once again. Sorry if I can't pronounce any name correctly. And the battery mate is Aiden Voiles. That is number 65, Brady Ray, who we didn't even get to in the batter's box as he gets a single out to left field.
All right, well, that was quick.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff.
Now at the plate, Kyle Rogers. Pickoff move to first.
So we have one pitch with a hit. That's the first hit on the game. Again, who was that hit that?
Little high there. Believe that was number 65, Brady Ray.
Okay. He's wearing green, so he's an outfielder.
Correct.
We got another catcher. Here we go. Well, in a typical game, he moved him over. He did his job. But we've been talking about it in a showcase. I want a bomb.
Now, this is where I kind of agree with you. Moving a runner over is great, but unless that runner scores, you want to get on base.
Yeah, we need a bomb.
Now, Brody Shire in the batter's box. Inside. From Gouffran.
And was that Tyler that just hit before him? Number 58.
Believe so, because it was 2 outfielders.
Okay. Excellent. They're going too fast for our sheet.
Count is 2-0.
We are not able to process it this quickly.
If you are a fan of pace of play, this is your style of game.
Oh! That's short. Real exciting from here. 42 green. Jackson Harms able to run that one down. He's from Irving, Texas with a 3.85. That's who's out in right field. Blue 7-2. Blue 72.
That is Levi Ham. 6'2", 195. I think if you're looking for some power, pay close attention.
A bomb, swinging the goods. And loaded with a lot of barrel.
Outside. Runner was able to advance to third. Inside pitch.
Levi is one of the 2 first basemen. He plays on Team California, out of California, San Diego. And he's got a 4.0 GPA.
Another ball inside.
3-1. Okay, so again, what's your approach here?
Well, remember, it's 2 outs. Just getting on base is never bad.
Swing. You got to swing.
He got on base.
You got to swing. You just...
Levi Ham works a walk.
You're just coming out of your shoes. Coaches are going to understand. They want to see that go over that yellow wall out there. Hit the batter's eye.
Now stepping in is Aiden Harrison. 6'2", 177.
He plays for Easton Prime out of Menifee, California. He's got a 3.8.
That was the catcher, Aiden Voiles, checking the runner at first.
Here's the thing. Also, these guys don't really play with each other, so you're in a first and third situation. You don't know what the communication is.
And I always wondered just the chemistry between pitcher and catcher. Because the catcher doesn't even get consecutive innings. It's every third one.
Well, and they're only pitching one inning anyway, so this is it. I mean, you know, maybe they're warming up with them in the bullpen. So they see him. That one gets through in the 5-6 hole.
Aiden Harrison earns his team an RBI.
And we plate the first run of the game. That's Team Black.
Yes.
And that is the 5th batter, and we're moving on.
No long innings here.
So Jack's day is now done, simply because he was inning number 2 pitcher, and we're moving on to the next one. Again, just so you know, Jack, who is coming off the mound, 6 foot, 185, plays for BPA. Granite Bay is where he's from with a 3.83 GPA.
And now on the mound is number 53, Austin Polinsky. Another guy from California.
Right, San Juan Capistrano, and he is in some advanced classes because this dude's sporting a 4.4 GPA.
Honors kid.
Is that what that means?
Yes.
Okay.
If you take honors courses, it's weighted.
Yeah.
And the battery made is Jude Pacheco from Euless, Texas.
Excellent. All right. By the way, Austin, again, who's getting loose right now, he's 6'1", 165, San Juan Hills High School. Again, a 4.4 GPA. MIT. You listening, MIT?
So far I think we've seen more of, maybe to your dismay, more of a plate discipline approach. Because those who have taken the first swing, they've gotten on base, but we haven't seen somebody swing out of their shoes 3 times yet. This is Anthony Lara, 5'10", 160 from Southlake, Texas. 2 Texas kids, the catcher and the batter. Count is 1-0. Fouled back. Then if you are wondering who's playing first base, because it alternates every other inning, that would be Levi Ham, who has earned a walk earlier today. Pitch had some good movement. 2-1. Fouled back right, even count at 2.
Good swing at it.
Seems to locate himself more center on the rubber. We've seen variations from side to side.
Mm-hmm.
And a miss in the outfield. That's going to get down. Thinking to, but stays at first.
That one's tough. I mean, where the sun is, and I'm going to take you guys out to right field here in a second. You know, that one is really tough because if we see right fielder, I mean, that shadow's going right at him. You know, you can see him kind of playing with his glove there. It's tough. So his jump was a little late, Eric, and that's kind of why he had to dive at it, and it almost made a great play. But it's so hard to pick up that ball.
He's staring right into the sun. That was Brody Shire in right field. Count is now even at 1 apiece. As Jackson Harms
You can
now
see
hitting.
You can see him out there still putting the glove up. Runners in motion, ball's up. He didn't find it till it was a little late, but it gets foul.
Just behind the screen.
Yeah. Out of play.
And Jude Pacheco was hoping for a put out there. Catcher number 21.
So we do have some interesting shadows that you can go ahead and see on the cameras. Second base, right field, in a world of hurt for a little bit longer. Now, who do we have? By the way, official umpire made it. He's here in the middle of the field. The second one. Who's up to bat right now?
Pickoff move at first. At to bat currently is Jackson Harms.
Okay, he's plays for the Texas Cannons. He's 5'11", 180, out of Irving, Texas. Ranchview High School, a 3.85 GPA in the runners in motion.
There is no throw.
And there it's a walk. All right.
Here comes another outfielder to hit. Gregory Mattson. From Goodyear, Arizona, a local kid.
I think is it Madison? Mattison?
You might be right on that.
Canyon View High School. Okay. All right. Is this possible? He's got a 5.17 GPA.
Okay, I haven't heard of that. I've only heard of a 5 before. That was a swing and miss on the off-speed pitch. Now Pacheco and Polinsky want to talk a little. Runners at first and second. But yeah, it's always interesting to look at how the infield is positioned, just playing around the sun. Outside, he had a pitch to give. 1-2.
Good take.
Polinsky checks the runner at second.
Remember, these guys have not played together, so.
And I think you got some evidence of that right there. It looked like, I believe the second baseman came in, but nobody was there. Hit right up the middle in between two different defenders.
We got to play at the plate.
It is off the catcher. Runners advance to second and third. Score is now tied 1-1.
Now, that one's tough because you don't know. So if you're the first baseman, he was late getting to the cutoff spot. However, there's a very good reason for it. That ball's up the middle. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's go ahead and talk about this hitter just in case he gets a hit. We don't miss him.
This is Juan Munoz, 6'1", 190.
All right. He's out of Merced, California, 415 GPA.
Center field, drifting back there, fighting the sun, and he dropped it. Runners advance. One will score. Being waved in, trying to make it to third. Two runners will score.
It's a good thing we did that. So, you had a beat on it, kind of went back to try and catch it, and just went off his glove. And let's face it, he went, that last look was directly into the sun. They're going to have to fight with this until it goes down and we've got sunset. And it probably another 30 minutes or so until the sun gets behind this stadium. But going back to the first base cut, he was waiting to see if the shortstop was going to make a diving play. He couldn't go directly to the cutoff position because the shortstop might have made a great play on it, and the only play he's got is first base in that situation. So that's why he looked like he was coming late, but he did have to wait until it did get through the infield.
That ball was perfectly hit between two defenders. Marlo Butner has gotten himself in a 1-2 count from Berkeley, California.
Okay. 4.2 GPA, 6'4", 190.
I believe this will be Polinsky's last batter. Count is now full.
Okay, so now in this case, what do you do? I don't care where it is. I'm going to just swing at it.
They're giving him an awful lot of room dead center. Hits it right at the shortstop. First base covers. Inning over.
Shortstop came out of the glove pretty hot right there. Has some gas across the diamond. Let's see who that is if I can pick up a number here. Blue 43. Blue 4-3. On Team Black. Show Garcia is the one that threw that across, Irvine, California, 3.7 GPA. So if you thought that was a good throw across with some gas, that's who threw it. Okay, so now Team Black's coming up to bat. Let's talk about the pitcher right now, Eric. What do we got? Who is it? Where is he from?
It's Grant Shepherdson. He's a righty, 6'1", 175. From Highlands Ranch, Colorado.
How smart is he?
Well, he's got a GPA of 3.95.
That's pretty good.
They all are. It's part of the showcase.
There might be somebody new watching that, These are all the kids that are going to do the plays right. They're going to be in the right spots. They're going to trail the runner when they're supposed to. These kids are not the problem for coaches. Coaches, these are the kids you want.
Behind the plate will be Bryce Gillardin.
Now, we don't know if their parents are crazy. That's something we don't know. There's nothing on the sheet for that, coaches that are watching, so I could not help you there. Takes a hack, fouls that one way back out of the stadium.
That is William Mitchellman.
Green, number 9. 5'11", 176. Aguara, California with a 3.8 GPA.
Swings through that one.
Mm-hmm. Ball had good inside movement. That stays fair.
He is out at first.
Blue 34 for Team Gray.
That would be Dryden Fuoco. I'm so sorry.
Fuoco. Fuoco. 6'2", 225 out of Vancouver. 3.7 GPA.
We have a Canadian here.
Yes. Trying to see if there's any more. Well, if Alaska is further than Canada, is that more impressive?
Depends which part of Canada.
Right. Well, Vancouver, that's like Seattle North.
Yeah, I think Alaska would win then.
Yeah.
This is Dylan Whitfield
What's up with Dylan?
in the 1-1 count. Now 1-2. 5'11", 175. Highlands Ranch, Colorado.
Remember, Grant Shepherdson is on the mound, 6'1", 175 from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. 3.95 GPA.
Pitches down low. So we have a pitcher throwing to a batter when both are from the same city.
Right, so they probably know each other very well.
Well, that would explain the current full count.
You come here to face the same people, and he draws the walk.
Started in the 0-2 hole, worked his way to first.
Green 35. Green 3-5.
Garrett Davidson. He's a lefty. 5'10", 165 from Santa Ana, California.
OC Premier player. That's not a newspaper. That's a team.
Pitches outside. That pitch is in the zone. Counts now even one apiece.
It's the one he wanted on the first one.
Shepherdson steps off the mound. Runner at first. Outside. 2-1. I don't know if he was having trouble getting a little grip because that didn't look like a step off where it seemed like he knew what pitch he wanted to throw. Just couldn't get the right position in his glove.
Runner's going. Oh, it's a delayed steal. And he's safe.
Nobody was there to receive the throw. Dylan gets a stolen base.
All right, so the home team is black?
Black bats first.
They did?
So I think gray is home.
Okay. I mean, they're in the right dugout, but the sheet's not telling me.
This is Garrett Davidson again.
Are we back at the top? Green 3-5. Wait, this is who is still hitting.
Oh, right.
Okay, so Garrett is really smart because he's got a 4.6 GPA. Was that blue 31?
I believe so. Is Carter Chi.
Cerritos, California.
Another California kid.
4.4 GPA. You hear that, Ivy League? 4.4 GPA. So Eric, as we're kind of watching this, what got you into your passion for broadcasting?
My passion began from I knew the sport really well of football, and I found out very quickly I could not take a hit. As he swings through that one, 2-1.
Nothing wrong with that. Getting hit sucks.
It does. Over the course of 1 year, I had a concussion, an ACL strain, a hip pointer. It just wasn't fun.
Right field. That one's getting over his head. Oh, he makes the play, comes out with it.
That's the third out.
Well, the runner from second took off.
Did he tag?
No, because he was at second. It's okay.
We play on.
That was a great catch.
It was.
Who's in right field? I want to say, was it number 31 I saw? Let's see here. Where is my Team Gray? Okay, no, there's not a 31 outfield. Okay, if you, that was a really good play out there. We'll see who that is when he comes in so we can give him some props on a great diving play going out. Who do we got now? No, blue 20. No, black 20.
That would be Cohen Nicklay. Or Nicklay.
Is it blue or black? He's a catcher. 6'2", 190. There's our Anchorage, Alaska kid.
That pitch is inside. 2-1 now on the count.
Good movement on that pitch.
But it did not bite enough in the strike zone. 3-1.
Gotta swing. Swing.
Foul back. Well, there was your big cut.
Well, you're right, and you got to do it again because it's 3-2. Isn't he like the fifth batter probably? It's got to be close.
It's either 4 or 5.
I mean, we have no idea how many outs there are because the scoreboard person isn't helping us at all.
Earns a walk.
He could not swing at that as much as I want. See, and he just walks off, right? So, and that was way outside. That was over into the other batter's box. So, and look, if I'm the pitcher, after he took that big hack, I'm not going to give him anything to drive on me. So enjoy your walk to the dugout. We're switching.
It's a little bit of a different strategy at play.
No one was going to hit a bomb off of me. Yeah, we didn't see who was in right field. That was a good catch. One of the 3 outfielders for Team Gray. All right. Eric, who do we have on the mound now?
On the mound will be Brady Snow from Littleton, Colorado.
Littleton, Colorado. And we just watched Grant, right, from Team Gray pitch.
Correct.
Okay.
The catcher will be Dude Pacheco, who we saw in the first inning.
Jude Pacheco. 5'10", 165. On Team California's academic team. Goes to Euless Trinity out of Euless, Texas. So he's from Texas playing on Team California.
And here he is in Arizona.
That's how the baseball logistics work. It's really weird. 3.8 GPA. Again, we're talking about the catcher right now. On the mound is Red 82, Brady Snow, as you said. He's from Colorado because he plays on the Slammers Zavaris, 6'3", 210. Chatfield Senior High School.
And now coming to bat, Grant Moore from South Lake, Texas. Bit too high, 1-0.
5'10", 180. Goes to Carroll High School. 3.7 GPA.
And Snow is working off of visually side the left side, but field side the right side of the mound. Inside.
Snow, he's probably got some of that physics stuff figured out because he's got a 4.3 GPA.
Another honors guy. Just gets the outside edge. Count even, 2 apiece.
Punches him out.
And I believe that's only the second strikeout we've seen tonight.
Now, we don't have... I don't know if my radar will work, but we should give it a shot.
You're going to try to get speed?
I'm going to try and get some velo. Everyone likes velo.
Just fouled off.
All right, who do we got here? We got a green 50.
Mason Seibt. Seeped. From Peoria, Arizona. The localist of local players. This is taking place in the Peoria Sports Complex. Got a piece of that again. 0-2. Fouled back. So far, Steve has swung at everything.
I like it. Steve, you are listening to the broadcast because you're listening to some great advice up here.
And Steve sends it out to left field where it is collected.
Way to swing the bat. Yeah, I didn't get any velo on that one. In or out.
The left fielder, Garrett Davidson on that catch. And currently to hit is Anton Williams.
Also known as Green 53. All right, well, we have found the limitation of pocket radar. It will not work in the broadcast booth down to the field. Okay, it's up in the sun, but...
And collected.
That sun went down quick, didn't it?
It did.
I mean, look at out there in right field now. There's no anything really left except for that little bit at the warning track going into the bullpen. That
big swing and miss.
That was pretty dirty. That had some good movement. We got blue 3-5, blue 35.
Boston Vest from St. George, Utah.
St. George Dixie High School.
Just past the pitcher.
Good play from short. That's blue 20 making that play.
Bryce Robinette.
Yes.
Collected by the first baseman, Harry Pelsman. Now, I believe we were told the format would be different. I think they face 5 no matter what.
No, they get 3 outs. Remember the first inning, he got 3 outs.
Swing and a miss there.
There's 2 outs right now, right? We got the fly ball and that ground out.
I thought he got the strikeout, too.
Maybe he has a minimum pitch count. They want to see a little bit more. Because this is blue 29, Justin Kemmel. He's from Palos Verdes High School out of Palos Verdes Estates, California, with a 4.08 GPA. You know, maybe if he's only thrown, say, 12 pitches, they want to see a little bit more. You know, try and get him maybe up to 18 to 20 before they pull him out.
I wonder if the managers on both sides kind of have an agreement where...
Yeah, I mean, look, this is about a showcase. This isn't about wins and losses.
Another strikeout.
Right.
Brady Snow.
Yeah, Brady Snow just put on a good little clinic there. Threw some gas, had some great off speed, 4.3 GPA, working the telemetry off the side of the rubber into the plate.
He got more than 3 outs.
Got more than 3 outs, which he has more than a 4.0, so it makes sense.
Overachiever.
Yeah. All right. Well, they're going to go ahead and get warmed up. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to leave you with the view of our cameras up there. So we'll see you in just a moment.
Leading off for the black team is Cohen Nikolai. And pitching to him is number 4, Johnny Casale. From Brophy College Prep, Phoenix. I know I couldn't get that one wrong.
He's pretty good. Our team has faced him, and he's done a very good job.
Oh, and 2 delivers. Little high. Matthew Churchill. Now catching. Who caught the second inning as well.
Johnny's a lefty. Now, Brophy's a difficult school, so it's not the easiest. He punches him out right there, and he's got a 4.17 GPA going to Brophy Prep. That's actually pretty impressive.
Quite, especially if you know that school. See, it's just, I wish I knew more about the different schools that everyone came from, because I can put into context what Brophy is. I don't know every school in Colorado.
They're in the mountains.
Yes.
Most likely.
It's higher than here.
Yes. Which means they probably have more bombs hit off of them. Right? Ooh, a little bit of off-speed action.
Big cut there from Jude Pacheco. Catcher sets up. Bit outside.
It was. He threw right to where the catcher wanted it. Great pitch with an 0-2, nothing too fat, and Johnny did not miss it.
Setting up more towards the center.
Able to get a second strikeout in a row. Johnny getting it done.
I think I have to say, out of all the pitcher-catcher combos, these seem to be the most in sync. Or maybe it's just the way Casale is delivering, because the catcher hasn't needed to move his glove at all.
Yeah, he's delivering a great pitch. There's another one. You know, you look at this, and we're going to focus on Johnny here.
Harry Pelsman at the plate. Now in an 0-2 hole. One of the first basemen playing half of the defensive innings because of the showcase format. Pitch was just off the plate. Casale working from the left side of the rubber. And that one sails over the batter's head.
Just a bit high.
Man.
It happens.
It's almost like the announcer's jinx. We were saying how great and how much control he had, and then...
Here's the thing. He's got 2 strikeouts. Maybe he's just trying to... He knows that he's only going to throw maybe 10 more pitches. Gets the 3rd strikeout right there.
Pelsman goes fishing, and that's 3 Ks.
Yeah, again, we don't have a rule book up here, so we're just going to go ahead and assume that he's going to throw just a little bit more.
Show Garcia steps in. Infielder. You can tell based on the color.
Blue 43, 6'1", 175. Able to get that one through in the 5-6 hole out of the reach of the 3rd baseman.
Able to get through. It seems like a while since we've seen a hit. Only 2. That is only the 2nd hit for the black team. I say that in air quotes. Gray team has 3 hits. Score is Gray is ahead 3-1.
So if I'm Johnny, I want to show my move here, just so the coaches kind of see it. We got a runner in motion.
Pitch is fouled.
Again, I want to show, I want to show how my move looks if I've got a good one.
This is another infielder at the plate, Kyle Rogers.
Kyle's from San Marcos, California, 4.0 GPA. And I'm going to say that he's got another one.
Another move in him?
Yeah, just a little.
Take it was a bit too slow for your liking?
It's just very deliberate in what he was trying right there. Runner's going, pitches up, throw is high, and he's in there safe.
Stolen base. We have seen so far what you would call maybe the small ball be a little bit more successful. We've seen steals. We have yet to see a runner get caught.
Right, and let's face it, if you've got wheels, you got to steal. That's part of one of your tools, right? You've either got a big arm, you've got a big bat, you've got speed, you might have the IQ out there. But if you have the speed, that's what coaches are looking for, the athleticism. You've got to be able to go. And
did he just balk?
He just drawed a balk. He drew. See, look, we're not talking about my GPA.
Casale balks a runner to 3rd. Batter crowding the plate. Down. Count is 3-1. This is the first time we've really seen Casale get behind. He's had a base stolen behind him. He picked a great pitch. That was a great off-speed pitch to try and steal. Focusing on the runner. Balks him to 3rd.
And that's
foul.
Just foul onto the track.
Full count. For Tyler Antwing. Santa Paula. Now you wonder if the way the pitcher is positioned on the mound and how he is crowding that box, if he's almost cutting off where he can go, but it doesn't matter.
Great pitch, goes upstairs, has it come from inside out. That's why he's on that side. Makes it a little bit more difficult to hit. And we are going to go to whatever inning it is, bottom of 4th, which means a new pitcher. And we'll be right back.
Matthew Churchill will be leading off. 6'5", 195 pounds, from Woodland Hills. On the mound will be Jared Galang from Torrance. Just a little high, and his battery mate will be number 20, Cohen Nikolai. Pitch caught just enough for the umpire. Call is even at 1 apiece. So far, the only scoring we've had is the second inning by both teams. Gray team has scored 3. Black team has scored 1.
Oh, that's back. That's back.
Foul.
Just foul off the wall. Now, if you're wondering, Matthew is 6'5", 195. Big frame on him. He's a catcher.
And that was a big league foul ball.
That was a off the 340 wall, just foul.
Let's see if Galang changes his approach a bit after that one. Works from the right side of the rubber. Dead center. Through the infield. And he'll stay at first base. It's a base hit for Churchill.
Well, after just missing a home run, driving one to the wall, just foul, he's able to punch that one through. And I do not see a runner for the catcher. Apparently, they do not do that.
I think of the single as kind of a consolation prize.
I don't think he's going to steal because everywhere in his life, runner for the catcher. That's kind of how that works in high school, works in the tournaments.
He's taking a lead. He's dancing a bit.
Yeah, that's because he's a catcher.
It counts now 2-0 on Aiden Voiles.
Matthew, I'm having fun. Look, you keep hitting bombs and lasers.
Fire to first base. Now, a thought did occur to me as the count is now 3-0. It's a showcase for everyone, correct?
Right.
So if you're a catcher, do you want some traffic?
Yeah, you do. You want to throw. You want to show what you got. You want to show some of your moves. I'm swinging at that.
That is a 4-pitch walk.
I am swinging at that
for Voiles.
Okay, now again on the mound is Jared Galang. He goes to Torrance High School, has a 4.0 GPA.
Swing and a miss.
That was a big hack by Dryden Fuoco. He's 6'2", 225.
The Canadian.
The Canadian, eh? He was trying to drop a bomb right there. And another one.
Fouled straight back, runners at first and second. And we have figured out through trial and error that a pitcher will face 5, regardless of the outcome. Because we had 4 strikeouts in 1 inning.
Okay, right. That's an infield fly. One of the things I like to do on that is I like to let that ball fall. The batter's already automatically out. So sometimes you confuse the runner. You got a catcher running at second. I might be dropping that ball to see what he may do. And see if we can tag him out also.
Well, ball was caught by Kyle Rogers in at third base for this inning.
Is this blue? What do we got? Blue 21. Evan Smith. 5'11", 165. Plays for the Zoots. I only said it because I like to say it. He's from San Francisco, California. 4.1 GPA, Eric.
And we did see earlier in this game him hit it to right field, where the sun played a factor.
Right.
I don't know how it'll be scored as he hacks at that one, but that might go down as a triple. because the infielder's glove didn't touch it. It's kind of like, it's almost a sun ball, if you will.
Right. And is that the one that the right fielder dove for?
I believe so.
Okay.
Wait, no, the dove for, he caught the one that he dove for.
Okay. No, there was the one he came in, right? Oh, he got to third.
He got to third.
Okay.
2-1.
He hit it to the right spot at the right time. It's a showcase. It's a triple.
I'm sure the pitcher would have something to say about that.
Yeah.
3-1. Runners at first and second. Your running catcher out there at second, taking a modest, tasteful lead out there.
You got to swing. And he does. Should be a double play ball, which it is. Moves the runner over to third. And they are clearing the bases. Okay, so that's what they do. 3 outs, you clear the bases, and you pitch the last guy.
Huh. You learn something new every inning.
I remember. It's only been a year. I remember now.
This is Isaiah Nolan now stepping in. The last batter of the inning.
Big cut. He's number 18 blue, 5'9", 155, O'Day High School out of Seattle, Washington. And he has a 4.1 GPA.
Drops that in. 0-2 count for Galang. Doesn't have any runners to worry about so far. 1-2.
Fouls that one back. You know, if I'm pitching, one of the things you want to do, or what I would suggest to do, is you're only facing maximum of 5 batters. I would let it eat at least on one of them. And what I mean by that one fouls off. What I mean by that, Eric, is they got radar guns. If coaches are watching you, they want to see a velo. They want to see how you pitch as well. Obviously, your off speed, your location. But the velo number is really big in today's game, especially for high school guys looking to get into college. You know, yes, can a Greg Maddux style pitcher make it? Of course. However, metrics today in the game is kind of the standard at this point. You know, they're going to have to watch a kid that is a surgeon in the zone, you know, precise, hits the edges, cuts part of the plate away, does those things. They're going to have to watch him multiple times. 5 batters isn't going to tell them, hey, what do? We just got to go see this kid a little bit more. What they do need, what they want to see is okay, does he hit as a junior? Does he hit 87, 88, 89, maybe touches 90? You know, look, the 91, 92s, they've probably already talked to a lot of coaches, you know, and that one right there, I'm okay with that pitch. That one's up high. Why not let it rip? Why, if you're going to go fastball, try and throw something really hard to get an extra 1 or 2 on the gun before you're done. That's a strategy you want to do to show these coaches that, yes, I can throw strikes, but check out where my velo can get so that you know I'm not at my ceiling. There's more in the tank. Take a shot on me. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, hydrate, and let you watch the warm-up. Take care. We'll see you in a second.
Now on the mound of this carousel of pitchers in this showcase format is number 5, Luis Pablo Navarro. Played for the Tucson Champs.
Goes to Sahuarita, lives in Sahuarita, Walden Grove High School, 3'7", so he's a Southern Arizona guy.
Jaden Leon now with bat in hand. Another guy who kind of gets comfortable with the plate. Platoon advantage to the batter here. Counts 1-0. Now, you were talking about pretty much the love of velocity by scouts.
Right.
Why do they look for that and not control? It's two aspects of the game.
They feel like they can teach control. It's harder to teach velocity.
And then why is that?
Look, the arm's only going to do so much, right? So, one of the pitching coaches on our club staff, he's a strength or rehab coach and special project coach for the Brewers. So, in the off season, he works with our guys, and he's a big kind of science guy.
Just high there. Counts now even 2-2.
And so, he says in cadavers, the ligaments breaking at 83, 84 miles an hour. The human arm is not meant to throw 90 miles an hour plus. So if a kid's got it, he's got it. I mean, definitely you can do things to strengthen that arm, Eric, and pick up velocity. But let's face it, if you're throwing 96, someone could do the exact same workout and only throw 85. So it's easier to teach control with mechanics than opening up an extra 5 or 6 miles an hour in velo.
Sends this one out to right field. Being tracked, there's no more sun. That'll be an out. So with speed, it kind of sounds like either you got it or you don't.
Yeah, and look, you can get it. And these guys, as juniors, you're also, your body's still growing, right?
Yes.
And so as the body grows, strength, and so these guys may not have hit their potential. That's the other thing. The coach is going to look at the body and say, okay, this guy's throwing. Go ahead and talk about who's up, and we'll go back to this.
All right, at the plate is Easton DeLanda, that black number 1, meaning he's a catcher as he takes strike 1, because there are 2 number 1s on Team Black. Just add to the...
But they're different colors.
They're
different colors. Way different. One's green and one's black. So, again, going to this, has the kid matured physically enough yet? If he's mid-80s and he hasn't hit that maturity yet in the physical attributes, and look, there could be young juniors. I know guys that were at this tryout today that are the age of sophomores. They could have been held back realistically and not been, they're age appropriate for, say, 16U, where all of these guys are 17U type of guys. So, those guys are at a disadvantage if they're juniors. They are, so that's something that you're looking at when you're talking about how fast a kid is or how hard or far he will hit it, how hard he is throwing. This is a huge step right now. Juniors are usually pretty close to being pretty strong young men, but there are some young juniors. And in today's game, you are seeing parents and players decide to stay back. Even if that makes them a little bit older, they're deciding to stay back just so they can be a little bit stronger because the college game is looking for the strength. And they are recruiting, believe it or not, they're recruiting as early as 8th grade now.
Wow.
And look, he did get a punch out, right? So that was...
he did strike him out.
Right. So that's Luis Pablo from Tucson or from Walden Grove High School down southern Arizona. So, Eric, at the end of the day, the coaches, they see a lot of guys, and the 8th graders, and I just said, I'm not talking about some 8th grade, 14-year-old that, that is 5'7". I'm talking about, those freaks, those 6'1s that throw 84, 85 in 8th grade. They're out there. They really are.
At the plate currently is Brady Ray in an 0-2 count. Outfielder, you can tell by that green color.
He's a 4.0 student out of Oak Ridge High School in El Dorado Hills, California.
As he just struck out. Which will now bring up Kyle Rogers.
I feel like we've seen Kyle a lot so far. No,
No.
is blue. This is green 58.
Tyler Antoine, my bad.
Antoine,
Antoine.
6'2", 205, plays for GBG Navy 2024 out of Santa Paula High School, California, 3.8 GPA. What was that pitch? I missed it.
It was all right. It was a strike, I believe. We have had the scoreboard be a little bit off, too. Swings for that one. You're getting an aggressive batter here.
I like it. Again, you look at Major League Baseball, how it's kind of changed. You know, good friend of mine won a batting title. He was an average guy, average bat for average guy. Matter of fact, he was an average sized guy. Nothing even remotely close to saying Aaron Judge, but he had the highest batting average in the National League one year. And, you know, that style game is just changing today. You know, the fans like the long ball, some of this stuff. Good backhand at third. Pick it. And he does.
That was a good round of splits there by first baseman Dryden Foucault.
Yeah, he was able to pick that out of the dirt, pick up the third baseman, who did make a good backhand play to save that ball from going down the line.
And I believe the person who threw it to the first baseman was Marlo Buechner.
Okay. You know, he's 6'4", 190. And guess who he plays for?
Who?
The Zoots. Zoot.
Outside pitch. This is Brody Shire. Another one of those number ones. The outfield version.
Okay. He's Regis Jesuit High School out of Aurora, Colorado.
That one not in the zone. According to the plate umpire. 2-0 count. Now, with the sun going down, there is a wonderful, wonderful batter's eye currently. And I don't know if it's going to work in favor or not, because if you're the center fielder, all the jerseys are white. Typically, you don't see all white jerseys. You could almost spot yourself right where the release point is.
He turned on that inside pitch. We'll see if we got a play down the line.
More great right field play tonight.
He was able to catch it. And that ends it. So that takes us to the bottom of the fifth, right?
Correct.
All right. So we'll be right back for the bottom of the fifth and the Arizona Fall Classic Junior All Academic Games.
Another half inning, another pitcher. Welcome to the showcase format. Currently on the mound is Paul Hughes from Inglewood, Colorado, as he gets himself a strike there. Catching is Jude Pacheco. They rotate every third for catchers. Working at quite a pace here. He's already got himself 0-2. As Nikolai Arnold is in at the plate. Arnold is 5'10", 160, Manhattan Beach, California. Swings this one, puts it into left field, drifting back. Easy play for him. Now we would be counting outs, but that's not really so important here in the showcase format, as the pitcher will face 5 batters regardless. Now in is number 3, catcher, Bryce Gillardin. Hits from the left-hand side. Outside.
He let that one go a little bit, Eric. That was a little bit higher velo. That's also why it stayed outside. He's trying to show what he's got.
Catcher sets up middle. Delivers as promised, 1-1. Now, you were saying about the different setup of managers. Now, I would kind of ask this to you, as he fouls that one off. Do you think that the order between, like, left, right, left matters to the showcase?
No, it doesn't. Really what they're doing, it's kind of hard to set that up because you don't know these hitters so much. So what you're really trying to do is you've got your infielders in order, your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your outfielders in order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're just trying to get everyone equal at bats who have made it through the tryouts to the showcase.
Excuse me, foul ball as it gongs off the sun rails here. So you think that's going a little bit too deep? So focusing on the at-bats, and then if, the left-handed pitcher faces 5 righties, they would not care.
Right. I mean, if they have time, they might break that up a little bit, but they're not trying to say, hey, we need 3 lefties and 3 righties in the outfield to make up the 6.
Puts it up the middle. He'll get on base. Gillardin with a base hit.
One of the things with this, Eric, is that, again, there's a lot of kids, over 100 kids at tryout. This morning, they go through it. Then they're named to the team. They take off. They go, back to the hotel or their house or whatever for an hour or 2, maybe 3, get something to eat, and then come back here. And the coaches who've helped select the team or the players, again, they're not saying, I want this kid, I want that kid. The coaches are, hey, you're gray, you're black, here are the players. Okay, try and put them out there and help them be successful.
Fouls this one off. 0-2 count for Anthony Lara from Southlake, Texas. Outfield. You can tell by that green number. First baseman kind of dancing. Or not the first baseman, the runner at first base. Would you like to see a pickoff move here from Hughes? Is that something you would think?
It's something I think he should show. Absolutely. Just watch strike 3.
Because the runner at first was not taking the most generous of leads. We've seen larger ones throughout the night. I can say night now as we don't have to worry about which defenders are in the sun.
We got a 2-ball back to the pitcher.
Transfer is not clean.
He tried to deflect it into his hand. Oh, not good. So the runner thought he was out. All right, so that's what happened on that one. He thought he was out. The shortstop deflected instead of really kind of catching it, which is just fine, but his hand wasn't close enough, so it got away.
And then the runner didn't stay on the bag?
Which is why it wasn't a transfer. He needed to really secure it on the throw. That's going to be part of the reason for that, and the runner thought he was out. So he started jogging in, and he was wrong. What was his GPA?
Gregory Madison now hitting. Runner
Huge
takes.
jump. Huge jump. Finds the ball, sees it's going to be caught.
The runner has to head back to first.
Now, did you see what happened there? Did you see that?
I was watching the runner. He was about 80% of the way to second base.
So he actually touched second, went around, rounded second, and once it was caught, he had to go back. And I was watching to make sure that he touched second, because if he did not, he would have automatically been out. So that's something that, you know, if you're on the bases, you really, because it's kind of weird, you don't want to pass second or pass the base. You want to get to it, and then if the play is made, then go ahead and retract, because if you do miss it, that's just going to be an automatic out.
Now, another strange thing about this is that you're not really counting outs. The only time outs matter are when a third out is reached while there are runners on base.
Correct.
And more often than not, when you're only having 5 guys come to the plate per half inning, we've seen it happen once.
Right.
So far.
Yep. It's really been, in my opinion, a pitcher's game, because we've only got 5 hits for Team Gray and 2 hits for Team Black.
The score is 3-1 in favor of Gray, and the only scoring has been that second inning. Off of Austin Polinsky and Jack Goffrin.
Who do you have on the mound right now, Eric, for Team Gray?
Trying to see if he'll show me his number really quick.
Should be, I think, 38.
38, all right. Braden Fridgen, who is 6'2", 210 pounds, one of the heaviest athletes on the field tonight, from Seattle.
All right. Seattle Prep. 3.9 GPA on him.
Then catching him for this half inning will be Matthew Churchill, who's got himself a single tonight, and so far hits have been kind of rare.
We'll see if he's got some cheese in him tonight for some velo. Let's see how that looks.
Wonder how the name Cheese came to be.
I don't know. I say it a lot, though, honestly.
Like, I understand heat, you know, if you're into, like, I don't know if it's physics or chemistry, but you heat things up, they move around a lot more. It's like, okay, I understand that. You throw, it's more friction. I never got cheese.
That was pretty scientific, actually.
I'm sure some high school chemistry teacher can just pick apart what I just said.
I'm like, heat, fast, hot. Let's go.
Yeah, when I try to heat the house in the winter, I try to like look up convection currents, and then I just confuse the people living with me.
You are perfect for the all academic games, Eric. I love it.
Nah, these guys were raised on Common Core.
I've never even, I saw how you do a math problem like that, and I cannot, it's not happening.
I say I graduated at the right time.
All right, who do we have swinging? What's green number 9?
That would be William Mitchellman.
Excellent.
Another one from California.
What part?
Aguara.
Okay.
Once again, hope I'm saying that right, as it's fouled back.
You know, luckily the city's not a person, so we can't offend it.
But you can offend people within the city, and sometimes that's worse than the person.
It's California. They're all offended to begin with.
It'd like me be calling Tucson Tucson.
Oh! Okay, that came inside it. Way back. And he made a fantastic... Where's the ball?
It seemed to be that the right fielder missed the ball. It bounced into the bullpen. So I believe that's a ground rule double.
It is absolutely a ground rule double. It looked like he caught it for a second, but He got great barrel on that. Again, let's talk about that was number green 9, right?
Yes, William Mitchellman or Michaelman.
Okay. That he's 5'11", 178. Aguara High School, 3.8 GPA. He just hit a great shot to right field for, is that a leadoff double? Leadoff double.
Now next batter who takes strike 1 will be Dylan Whitfield, who's earned himself a trip on base earlier tonight with a walk. That'll be fouled off, 0-2. Phrygian now has to worry about runner at second. But on that play to right field, one of the things about not playing in a familiar stadium, it looked like the right fielder jumped up, thought the wall was behind him, but he had at least another 5 feet. It's like how there isn't a regulation warning track length. It seemed like as soon as he felt that, he thought the wall was right behind him.
Right. And he had to make a last reach. I mean, it's not like he misplayed it. It was a deep shot to right field. I mean, it bounced on the warning track.
It is 340 out there, so a lot of ground to cover, especially for high school juniors.
A lot of barrel, just missed it. This ball's in foul territory. All right, that's impressive by the shortstop. Third baseman was coming over. Shortstop was able to come back and make a play. That's a...
believe that's Isaiah Nolan there with the snag.
Absolutely. Yes, it is. He's from Seattle, Washington, 4.1 GPA. Great range getting to that fly ball in foul territory and retiring the hitter.
And now stepping in is Garrett Davidson, the left hitting and throwing outfielder. Runner takes for third. He is in there safe.
And he took that on the pitcher. The pitcher was going high leg kick. He timed it up. He had the last hitter to really kind of work that with the pitcher. Smart base running on that, able to pick up on something and go ahead and take advantage.
Ball gets away. There will not be a play at home, but there will be a run. It's the second run for the black team. Would you call that a pass ball or wild pitch?
It's a wild pitch. It came inside towards the hitter, spiked it. When you spike a fastball, you're not blocking fastballs. You're blocking the off speed. You're not expecting the fastball to kind of spike like that. So you're going to try and glove a fastball because it's really hard to slide over and block it. That's a high one.
Who wants it?
Well, the thing with that is the center fielder actually called it, who has priority, So if the center fielder called it, shortstop should have peeled off. Number 42 out there is Anthony Lura from South Lake, Texas. He had a beat on it. It was actually his ball, but nonetheless, they got an out.
That's all that really matters in the end. As Cohen Nicolai takes strike 1. He's also earned himself a walk so far tonight.
And this is our Alaska guy, isn't it?
Believe so. We had the debate of if he's the furthest one hometown-wise from here. I think he wins.
There's actually another Canadian.
Foul down the left field.
I'll tell you what, I mean, he's gotten the outs outside of that one big hit, but these guys are getting some barrel. I mean, that was a high fly ball. He just missed on the last hitter. The foul ball that was caught, I mean, it was pretty high, which gave him time to get there. That was a hot foul ball off the bat. The hitters are seeing it.
There's another one that gets up quite high.
And he's getting outs. Don't get me wrong, he's getting outs. But the hitters are picking up on something on this one, and they are, I mean, they're just missing, driving some deep. Now, he did throw a slider coming on the right-handed hitter that started, kind of at the body and came in on the hands. I like that pitch a lot. That is a strong pitch.
Levi Ham now in at the plate. Gets ball one. He's earned himself a walk tonight. And you say picking something up, and there was the steal of third as well.
That's
so
right.
not only pitching, but timing to pitch.
Absolutely, and that's what you're going to want to do in a game. For this, that ball had some good movement down and in on that one to the left-handed hitter. You're going to want to time. You're going to want to go ahead and show your ability to take that base when it's available, and that's something that if you're on the bases, you want to show off. I mean, you only have so many opportunities in this game to do so.
Outside 2-1. And I believe the stealer of third was William Michelman. Memory serves me correct.
He's the one that hit the bomb to right.
Mm-hmm. Good inning for him. Made the most of his plate appearance. Levi Ham thwacks one into right field.
Blue 72.
Feels like you're saying some football cadence.
That's why I keep going to it. I know it's usually blue 42, but 72. All right, well that takes us to middle of the sixth. And we'll be right back, everyone.
Currently on the mound for the black team, welcome Sam Morton, 6'3", 205, from Denver, Colorado. And then catching will be Easton Delana from New Mexico. And they will have a meeting. Currently in the batter's box is Grant Moore, 5'10", 180, South Lake, Texas. And for those of you just joining us, this is the Junior All-Academic Game. All these are high school juniors with GPAs of at least 3.7 in a showcase format. And that is strike one. So we are currently in the bottom of the sixth inning. To our understanding, there will be 10 innings played. The score is currently 3-2 in favor of Gray, as that pitch is outside.
The one thing about this game also, Eric, is that every player here is uncommitted. So every single player on the field that they, the college coaches that are here to see, they have not committed to their pursuing their future academic goals and dream of where they're going to go. So that's why they're here. They're looking to showcase what they got to get to the next level.
Ooh. Pitch inside there.
It hit him, but we want to see a hit.
Not that kind.
Not that kind.
So far, Delanda, having a few more words to his pitcher. Between that, as it's launched into center, and a good running grab.
That was Grant Moore who swung that.
And it was caught by Tyler Antwine.
A lot of black sky now behind. Not clouds, just darkness.
Yeah, and there was no rain in the forecast for tonight.
It has been rainy. Just foul.
Ooh. That had 2 written all over it.
Yes, it did. Down the line, he was going to go for a double. Hit that one just a little bit too much in front. But here's the thing, to swing that, I mean, he's looking middle in order to hit the ball like that. He's looking middle in. That's the pitch he wanted. That's the pitch he got, and just foul.
High off-speed pitch. Count now even 1 apiece. This is Mason Seept, currently at the plate. The very definition of the hometown kid from Peoria. So if there's anyone who's used to this field, my money's on him.
You know, they don't open this up much. Arizona Fall Classic gets to host a couple things in here. You know, there's a couple times when, say, USA Baseball, the championship game is played here. But it's rare. I mean, it's so hard to make it on to a championship in some of these big tournaments that they may play in the big stadium like this here.
As Seep struck out there. First strikeout for Morton. As Antoine Williams comes to the plate.
You know, Morton's a big guy, 6'3", 205, out of Denver, Colorado, with a 4.0 GPA. Showing some good stuff right now.
Throwing from the right side of the rubber.
Going with the off speed on the first pitch to this batter.
Now it was a little bit shaky between Morton and Delanda, but so far they haven't needed any more mound visits. That's fouled really high. Count even 1 apiece. So now you were talking about the dark sky. Does that interfere with the batter's eye now? Because the batter's eye is dark blue. It is very dark.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, it's all the same at this point. I mean, there's really no lights that the hitter's messing with down there. These lights aren't really playing a factor. So those other fields on that side, good pitch breaking away.
Called strike 2.
So it doesn't, I mean, if anything, you just see everything better. Also, a lot of the stands here, there's not much glare. They're all blue. We don't have a ton of people wearing white. So everyone should be picking up the ball pretty good right now.
There's nothing like metal bleachers, like when the sun hits Chase Field at right.
Right.
And you get that glare.
So basically what we're saying is no excuses.
Politely, yes.
Trying to get that ball to pull down just a little bit more.
Count's now full.
Get him to chase it.
Seems like Morton's kind of played with the last few pitches.
Right. And Anton has worked a full count, stays up, gets a walk, and he is from Temecula with a 3.75 GPA.
Now at the plate is Matthew Churchill, one of the catchers. You can tell by that black number. Things are color-coded. Players alternate defensively. And there's a pitcher every half inning, a new one.
Now, we talked about him. He's a 6'5" catcher, 195 out of Woodland Hills with a 3.76 GPA. Big frame catcher.
Now, I've heard alternating theories between what you want from a catcher. As he fouls this one off. And what a great play by the first baseman. Levi Ham. The good grab in foul territory.
Yeah, and on that one, Matthew just got fooled. That's not the. He wants that one back. That's not the swing he wanted to go in with. You could tell that he really kind of tried to stop it a little bit, and the barrel just drug through. That's not his first or second swing in the at bat that he wanted to go with, and mistakes happen.
Batter calls time, not granted. Pitches outside.
His benefit, it's a ball, so now he's got
batter
come in a little bit more.
Batter is Juan Munoz, who has an extra base hit tonight.
From El Capitan High School, Merced, California, 415 GPA.
Ball is outside 2-0. Now, back to that point of, I've heard different things when it comes to catchers. Either you want them big, because they're a nice big target to hit, or you want them kind of small, that way they're more agile and nimble.
It really comes down to I don't know.
Don't know what Morton was doing there. It almost looked like he checked for a pickoff move, but there's no one at first.
He was throwing to the ghost runner.
Okay.
Ghost runner on first. Usually the taller guys, they don't get down to block as easily just because they are bigger. So the bigger you are, the longer it takes to get down lower to block. And that's one of the things they don't usually see. That, a 6'5" guy, you'll see him go to first base or outfield. Depending on how his footwork is, you could be a great shortstop, that kind of thing. But
now, I know you like to say pitchers, you like to say throw the cheese or what have you, whatever dairy term you want. This is grounded out to
I'm
first.
not going to say throw the milk.
But Morton was losing his hat on that last few pitches.
That's one of the things today that's been happening. There's some head movement there. The hat's coming off. Sometimes a little loose. Sometimes, the flow is keeping the hat a little bit loose. It's whatever fashion thing's going on. But here's the thing: it's not coming off every pitch, which is absolutely annoying as all heck. I can't stand it when it happens, and it's an adjustable hat. Maybe it loosened up a little bit because he's out there working, sweating, and that's probably why it started coming off a little bit at the end, because it was not at the beginning.
No. Matthew Churchill now catching number 16, Jack Oman.
All right.
He's a righty, but he bats left. One of those guys. 5'11", 155. Brophy College prep again.
All right. Phoenix kid, 4.20. I'm down to the thousandths on this one. 4.204. You like that? I had 3 decimal points there. That's a thousandths, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. It's pretty good.
Well, maybe they just, you're showing off academics. They just want to make sure you got it right. Now, if you're just joining us, this is the top of the 7th inning out of 10. Welcome to the showcase format. The score is 3-2 in favor of Team Gray. Gray has 5 hits. Black has 4. And so far, I think the best performance pitching-wise we've seen, it has to go to Johnny Casale. You get 4 strikeouts in an inning, 5 outs.
Look, Johnny did do a good job. On the other side, Brady Snow pretty much shut it down too, though.
But you're saying it's a small sample size and 4 strikeouts in an inning. That stands out.
It does.
This is teed back, and almost a great play there by the second baseman.
I like the big hard turn at first base. Great base running. I love the intensity coming out of the box. Good hard barrel through. Short second baseman laid it all on the line, just missed it. Good baseball play all the way around for everybody there.
And that was Aiden Harrison getting it on base. hitting it through a hole that I didn't know existed. As it's thrown to the backstop, Harrison will take second. And at the plate currently is Carter Chi.
Aiden's from Menifee, California with a 3.8 GPA.
Swing and a miss there.
Yeah, big cut. If you're going to do it, let's do it. I like it. Let's go.
It's so weird to say, but at 5'11", he's one of the shortest pitchers here.
Okay.
I don't like to say that because I'm 5'11".
He tried to let that one really go. Some good velo behind that one. That came out hot.
2-1 the count. Now, one thing we have seen a little bit tonight, perhaps this is just unfamiliarity, is a bit of miscommunication between the second baseman and shortstop, whether it's a runner going from first to second or trying to throw a runner out at second. He swings through that one.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, these guys, it's not like they've had a single practice together. They're out on the field. You also got to think, I mean, you've got a different catcher and pitcher combo likely, well, every single inning for these infielders. You know, none of it's really the same. You know, he didn't even call for the ball, kind of going over right there. The second baseman, as you saw, there's no sign. There's no, you know, the pitcher's in the bullpen, right? So you're not even talking about it in the dugout before I go out. You're going from bullpen, coming down to the dugout, thinking about how you're going to go ahead and throw your most effective, hardest, best pitches of the month right now.
Jack Oman did get a strikeout there. Checks the runner at second for strike one. And currently in the batter's box is Cohen Nikolai, who's earned a walk tonight.
I wish we could see velo because this looks a little bit harder than some of the others we've been seeing. Doesn't it?
A little bit. Goes down there. Appeared to be a slider.
Mm-hmm.
0-2 count. Every single time in his delivery, bounces his left foot 3 times, delivers, ball 1.
If baseball players have, you know, they've got their quirkiness, they got to do it a certain way. They're all kind of like that.
But yet, for some of them, if you told them what they did, they'd overthink it.
Right. Well, at some point they picked up, I'm going to do it like this, you know, and look, it relaxes, you know, for Jack here. It probably relaxes him a little bit, allows him to really just kind of get the foot right where he wants it, stay a little loose.
Gets another strikeout, second in a row for him.
Jack looks pretty good. Again, we don't know what velocity we're talking about right now. We can't. Our pocket radar is not picking up, but I got to tell you, it looks pretty hot.
The weird thing about his delivery is he almost stares at third base longer than he does his own catcher.
Yeah, I got nothing. I tried.
It's all right. Keeps checking the runner at second. 1-0 count. This is Jude Pacheco.
I'm going to buy
in at the plate.
I'm going to buy a stalker. I need to know what the velos are.
Well, you were talking so much about the importance of it. Inside, throw to third, high.
Yeah, look, the runner on that picked something up because really you do not want to steal third with a left-handed hitter. That catcher has a easy path to third base when that happens. And, you know, the throw came in high from the pitcher, or the pitch came in high. able to get in underneath it and take third base, and we got a walk here.
That was a 4-pitch walk to Pacheco. I don't know if it was the runner dancing behind him, but 4-pitch walks are never good.
And look, I mean, if you're out there, you've only got 5 batters, and Jack looked really, really good early. And look, it's not that he looks bad right now.
No.
But it's got to get in your head a little bit, the pressure of what you're trying to accomplish right now. He's trying to show what he's got to prove to the coaches that might have him on the list that he's got some stuff that they need to pay attention to and talk to him a little bit further. So the runner takes, third base.
Runner taking second.
Able to throw him out. Catcher was like, I got him. We're done. Oh, wait, we're going to throw to this batter. In a typical game, catcher's right.
And then in the weirdness of this showcase format, the game is now tied. Because the
Right.
runner at third came to score,
Right.
despite the fact that if you were counting outs, we should be done.
Right, correct.
So the score is now 3-3.
Right. I mean, technically, that run should not have counted because that would have been the third out, clear the bases, so that run doesn't count. I wonder if I should text somebody.
Because there were the 2 strikeouts earlier in the inning. So that is
Right.
out number 3.
That's out number 3. That run should come off the board, but nobody cares.
Pitch is high. Now back to your point about the 4-pitch walk before
Yeah.
he tried to take second and was thrown out.
Right.
So what I'm hearing is, don't pitch around.
Well, no, I just think he was, I think he was a little rattled because the pressure of, look, I mean, he comes back and handles that great, right? I mean, he just threw some gas. I really like how Jack looked right there.
3 strikeouts in the inning.
Right. And here's the thing. I mean, on the walk, they ended up throwing out on the bases, right? I just think the pressure of this game and what it really means with the audience that's here. We don't have a bunch of fans. We've got some parents and college coaches. That's it. You don't have grandma and grandpa and, the sisters and extended family out to watch some big game at the stadium like you would in a tournament, like a championship game. This is a showcase for college coaches that are sitting in the stands and some parents, immediate family members here as well. And so, knowing that runner took third base on the pitcher and he knew it. So, it kind of affected him, the next hitter, and then came back and dealt the way he needed to finish his pitching performance. So it worked out for him well. That run shouldn't be on the board, and it doesn't matter because here we are in the bottom of the 7th and no stretch. So moving on.
Bottom of the 7th, both teams have 3 runs. Both teams have 5 hits. If you wanted an even contest between 2 teams that haven't played with each other and the runs really don't matter, it's a tie game.
And pretty soon, look, the only one that's going to remember that run doesn't count is me.
Fair enough. Well, maybe the pitcher, too, if it counts
Right.
against the earned run average.
Right.
And speaking of pitcher, we have a new one on the mound because of the format. It is Q Lumsden, who is 6'2", 175, from Langley, British Columbia.
Canada, eh?
I always wonder the people who come from really cold climates, like what they think about 100-plus degree temperatures.
You know what? Right now is not bad. I mean,
teams now is kind of good.
The teams that come in for the summer tournaments here we play. Look, I live here, and I'm only playing 2 tournaments with our squad this coming summer. That's it. May and then, one in the middle of June, which is going to be awful. The rest, we're going back east. We can play Arizona end of September, October in the fall classics, the stuff out here. Great. Summer, I'm moving on. Forget this.
And Lumsden wants to talk with the catcher, Nick Lay. We saw this bit last inning for, I believe it was Team Black, talking with Sam Morton. The very beginning, it seemed like there was 3 mound visits on the first 4 pitches. Count is 2-0. Now,
Go ahead. I'm just saying, who do we have hitting again?
Marlo Buettner with your favorite team name.
Oh, he's Zoot.
Yes. He fouls that one back for strike 1.
I feel like he should be on like the Guardians of the Galaxy team with that name, Zoot. Right?
Well, that's the name of the team. That's not his name.
I get it, but I want to call him Zoot. Is it just because it rhymes with Groot?
Potentially.
Okay. It's a good movie, though.
Yeah, it's not a bad one to compare him to.
I mean, it's a good movie.
Counts
fun.
even at 2 apiece.
Fun movie. You know, I haven't seen the new Top Gun. Have you seen that one? Everyone keeps
No.
talking about it.
Count is now full. Well, I thought it really just kind of hit its stride because movie theaters were open again and it was released over like Memorial Day weekend, right?
But you're younger. Some of the friends that I've got kind of gets around that and pitcher's able to field it. But kind of, the older people that have gone and seen it, they've gone and seen it like 6 times.
Nostalgia.
It's right. And they say it's the best thing ever. And I haven't seen it yet because I think I'm busy or something. I don't know.
Harry Pencilman in at first base to collect that pickup. High ball there.
Yeah, but good break, though. Who is hitting?
Who's hitting? Cool name. Boston Vest.
Boston Vest.
Boston Vest.
Oh, that's gonna foul. That was a great transition by me. Is that gonna but foul?
It's all right. I haven't been. My material hasn't been A+. But no, Boston Vest. He's a righty. He's a true righty. 6 foot, 175. St. George, Utah. That'll be 2-1. It's like I almost have to reintroduce the players every time just because they alternate on defense and then they only get 3 plate appearances. Like they're not, you can't bat around in this format.
Right.
Counts now 3-1 in Vest's favor.
Lucky for us, or we'd be here forever.
Well, we've also seen 5 outs recorded in an inning.
That's true.
Slow roller to the second, and it is dropped by the first base. He will be safe.
On that one, the second baseman had a little bit more time. I'd like to, he really stayed sidearm on it, which carried the ball down the line. And instead of the first baseman kind of coming off and securing it in his glove and going for the tag, he kept a foot on the bag.
I wonder if they'll put an E up on the board.
No, because they're not even putting outs.
Well, outs are weird. Errors are still errors.
Yeah, but the score is 3-3, and it shouldn't have been.
Justin Camel in at the plate. Fouls that one back. Count even 1 apiece. He is 5'9", 160.
That one fouled back all the way to the cheap seats over there.
That's an impressive foul, but still a foul.
Yeah.
Not as good as the one that was down the left field line, though.
Yeah, you're right. This was going to go over the cheap seats. Yes! Clears the cheap seats and leaves the stadium.
I don't know how you feel, but I always like watching the baseball or softball highlight videos where they hit cars. I know it's an expensive day and not like
Runner,
throws at second. Out.
Good pick.
That was well played by Nikolai.
Good pick. Good throw. He just redeemed himself by picking that and getting the tag down. And punches
And a
him out.
strikeout. So there you go. The runner that shouldn't have been on because of error was thrown out. Pitcher gets a strikeout. Bases are empty.
We call that baseball gods. The baseball gods took care of what's supposed to happen.
Aiden Voiles now at the plate. Another high ball. This one for a strike.
That one, he just came over the top with the hammer, and that thing fell out of the sky right through the zone.
Get the St. Louis Arch to sponsor his pitch. Does it again.
Yeah, good pitch.
Voiles has earned a walk tonight. See if he throws a third one in a row. Gets him to swing. 3 pitches. Strikeout. One of the more dominating at-bats we've seen by a pitcher tonight.
Yeah, he came out on that one and let her rip.
But weirdly enough, not with velocity the entire time.
Right. Two off speed, then got him with a fastball on the outside part of the plate that he chased. Good sequence.
Catcher couldn't quite frame that one. 1-0.
Yeah. It's the right call by the umpire.
It was. You can see him moving the glove. Down and inside, 1-1. Dryden Foco.
I kind of like the Canadian.
Well, we have more than one.
Well, this Canadian pitching, I kind of like.
We can't call him the. There's more than one.
Yeah, but he's going to be the Canadian because he's mowing them down.
That will be an out.
You become Mr. Canada when you do that.
What about the other one? I'm sure the other one. We have one from British Columbia.
Wait, he's from British Columbia. What was the other one?
I thought the other one's Vancouver.
Vancouver, right?
I got my Canadians.
Yeah, he's a first baseman. And Dryden's done a decent job. He's 6'2", 225. That's no slouch. But I got to tell you, I mean, it's Kyu, and then Lumsden, Lumsdon. And he's got a 3.7 GPA out of Walnut Grove Secondary. All right. Good job. Good performance on that pitcher.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a runner on via error. It was thrown out. It just seemed like things weren't really his fault. Took control over that one at bat. And whenever a pitch sticks out to you, it's got to stick out to the scouts too. We're not the only one who saw that arch ball.
Right. It's good off speed. He had great command on that, and I'm actually liking what I'm seeing right here too in this warm up. Stuff looks pretty good.
That would be Ryan Iveson, Iveson. Hopefully I'm saying that right. He is 6'6", 185, from Costa Mesa, California. So
he's rocking a 3.71 GPA.
And catching for him this inning will be Aiden Voiles.
Ryan, who's on the mound, is 6'6", 185. Okay.
Yeah. Kind of hard to miss. And if you are just joining us, it is the top of the 8th inning. Both teams have 3 runs. Both teams have 5 hits. It is Team Black and Team Gray, despite very, very similar uniforms. In at the plate is number 43, Sho Garcia, who has a single tonight. Ball is outside. Popped up high.
Should be playable. Pop-up priority. Right fielder calls off the second baseman. Just the way it's supposed to be done.
That was caught by number 42, Aiden Voiles. Actually, my bad. That's a catcher. Ugh. The same numbers. The same numbers always get me. Jackson Harms. Jackson Harms caught it.
Jackson's out of Irving, Texas with a 3.85 GPA.
1-0 the count. In to hit currently is Kyle Rogers.
Straight A student, 4.0 GPA. I like letting that curveball, breaking ball go with a 1-0 count.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. We've seen 2 pitchers now back-to-back who throw high breaking balls.
Blew that one by him. Good velocity on it.
2 strikes now. So now, do you think, how do I put this correctly? The highness of the GPA matters past 3.7 to these scouts? Do you think if the skills are even that they're looking at the 4.4 guy over the 3.8?
You know, depending on the school and, you know, the makeup of what they're after, I do. You know, I know of kids who have, say, a 3.3, you know, and they end up getting a very significant scholarship offer. Significant. But they got to have at least, say, a 3.3. You know, this only helps. There's better scholarships available for the higher GPAs that they have. And so that's really what, to me, this game is about, being able to pick up a solid baseball player who can be eligible for academic scholarships and make it on your roster.
So it's just a huge blender of many things.
Yes, yes.
Gets into this one shortstop. Long throw. He is safe.
Good play. He did everything he could. Ball's in the 5-6 hole, backhands it, running away from first base, has to turn and throw it. The ball was not hit hard, so it rolled. It wasn't bouncing through the grass. It rolled, so it was slowing down, and, you know, he did everything he could for it.
This will be Jaden Leon from Tucson, Arizona. Catcher throws back to first.
Great glove work by the catcher. I mean, that's a fastball spiked in the dirt. Again, we talked about that. It's hard to block those. You really don't have the time. The only chance you have is to glove it, and that's exactly what he did.
That was close. Fouled straight back.
That's
Probably the closest it's been towards us. Oh. You know, when I attend baseball games as a fan, I get kind of weird looks because I'm like a 20-year-old who brings in their own glove. But yeah, for some reason, when the ball comes to you, people look at you instead of the ball. That had some movement on it.
Yeah.
2-1.
Still stayed a little bit inside.
If that would have remained straight, it would have hit the batter.
Yep.
Pick off to first.
Now, you know, from a scout perspective, Ryan he has an advantage. I mean, he's a 6'6" guy. You know, that's a frame that scouts like to see. He's got some command in his pitches. It looks like he's got some decent velo. Again, we can't tell you exactly what it is because we are in a booth and out of radar range. But if he's, you know, 87, 88 plus, that's in the range to have some colleges talk to him.
Now, and then with that kind of height, people talk about they get closer to home plate when they deliver the ball
Right.
and the perceived velocity.
Well, there's that, but it's more about how much higher it's coming from. That ball's coming from a higher point down. It's just a weird angle to hit. You're not used to it.
So runner gets in at second. And Leon earns a walk.
I mean, here's the thing. If you're a junior or a senior and you're throwing 81, 82, 83, it's just not enough. Not enough for, you know, for, say, a D1, D2, D3. You know, you're going to go probably JUCO, see if you can get stronger that first year in JUCO, get the reps, get stronger, and see if you can go ahead. But, you know, for the colleges that everyone is dying to make, you've got to get to a higher velocity, high 80s to kind of be part of the conversation.
Another throw to there to first. We've seen quite a few of those from Aiden Voiles. Currently in at the plate is Brady Ray out of El Dorado Hills, California. Waiting on the off-speed pitch, but pops it up. And calmly collected by the center fielder.
Some people don't give JUCO a lot of respect, but I got to tell you, I mean, it's better depending on which colleges you're talking to. It does you no good to go as a freshman and sit behind somebody for 2 years and not get the reps. I mean, you're not going to get better. You need the at-bats. You need to play in the games. And so JUCO for some guys might make a lot of sense. So if you're listening, don't discount that. Always keep your options open if you're a player trying to figure out what your next steps are.
Now, does that stand for an acronym for something, or is that the name itself?
Junior college, right?
Okay.
So junior college is a the 2-year option. And, the thing about the junior college is that, and that's our fifth batter, but the thing about the junior college is that when you transfer out, it's not a transfer portal situation. So, if you're an NCAA player, there is a transfer option through the transfer portal. And that's a whole nother debate in itself. We're not even going to get into that right now because colleges do kind of recruit in the transfer portal. So, it changes the complexity of everything. However, a lot of them are tied to JUCO. Here in Arizona, there are some very good JUCOs that are well respected. Central Arizona, down south, those guys go to the JUCO World Series and win it. I mean, often, very often. I think they just won this last year. So, there are definitely options that, are high level that are very respected by NCAA D1 Power 5 schools, and they're looking there too. So just because you don't get picked up as a senior doesn't mean it's over. But again, the metrics have to be trending up. You can't throw 82 and expect to go, D1. It's just not going to happen. As a senior, you've got to show some progression, and it's not just a mile an hour per year. It's multiple over your sophomore, your junior, your senior year. There has to be an upward trend where a coach can say, okay, we see that you're continuing to get higher and higher. And so that's really kind of the benchmark when they're talking velos.
If you're just joining us here, we are now in the bottom of the 8th inning with the score between Team Gray and Team Black. Currently, Team Black has made a comeback as they currently lead 4-3 with 7 hits compared to Gray's 5.
Should be 3-3.
Team Gray scored all 3 runs in the 2nd inning, and then we've just seen Team Black kind of slowly chip away. They've scored in the last 3 consecutive innings.
We need Team Gray to do something here.
That pitch is over. Pitch thrown by Easton Miller, who is 6'1", 185, from Fort Collins, Colorado.
Fossil Ridge High School with the straight A student, 4.0. He's trying to show off some velocity. That's why the ball's staying up. And then outside, holding it a little bit longer, trying to just get it just a little bit, that extra 1 or 2 clicks on the radar.
Evan Smith currently at the plate, who kind of caused some chaos. He earned a walk and stole a base in a prior plate appearance. Counts now 3-0. He might get on again.
You got to swing. You're running out of at-bats.
Correct. This will be his last one.
Right.
Based on how this
swinging.
format is.
I'm swinging. You got to go.
That was well inside, though.
Right. You knew a fastball's coming, right? It's 3-0. They're not going to throw a breaking ball. So you just look middle in and drive. I understand it was definitely inside. Was it hittable? I don't know. But if that's your last at bat, I'm bothered by the pitches that are coming in. Don't get me wrong. I'm not asking him. I'm not saying he's not doing a good job hitting. You just want every opportunity you can get. So he's going to take that and he's going to steal.
He is thrown out.
That was a bang-bang play.
Good throw by the catcher. That looks like Jude Pacheco, the battery mate for Miller for this inning. 0-2 count.
And look, who was just thrown out? That was Evan Smith.
Correct.
From San Francisco. He's a 4-1 student. In this situation, he had to do that. He just had a 4-pitch walk, didn't get an opportunity to swing the bat. He's trying to show something to the coaches. He had nothing to lose to go ahead and try and steal that base. And it took a perfect throw with a very good one bounce to the defender and they were able to get a quick tag down and really tagged him in the back. They didn't get him on the arm. That's how close it was.
As Isaiah Nolan swings through strike 3. So the last 4 pitchers for Team Black have recorded at least 1 strikeout in their appearance. And that'll be strike 1 for Nikolai Arnold. 5'10", 160, out of Manhattan Beach, California. Swinging a highlighter bat. Swings through strike 2. Now, we've seen so far this game, there have been no shifts. I don't know if that's a regulation rule or if they're just playing it as is.
You don't know these hitters. That's all. I mean, you don't know the hitters. Coaches don't know the hitters. It's just straight up. You're going to play straight up. You know, if you see the catcher setting up outside right now, I'd be shifting over just a tad when you see that ball coming out. So if I was at shortstop, I'd kind of go with my catcher as the pitch is being delivered. You know, maybe cheat to the middle at that situation if I see the catcher go, like if you watch him right now. Going to have an off-speed pitch because he didn't move and was able to strike him out on that, right? So, you know, you can kind of see I'm taking my pre-pitch anticipation, and that's the only thing I'm able to do and pick up on kind of what's going on.
And you don't know really the pitcher either. You don't know how his stuff cuts, how it typically gets hit off, what direction it'll come off, the angle.
Right, and look, this is Easton Miller on the mound looking pretty dang good. 6'1", 185 out of Fort Collins, Colorado with a straight A student 4.0.
And currently trying to hit off of him is Anthony Lura.
Now, we do have some comments slowly kind of coming in on the chat. I am looking at these now, the last 3 innings. So if there's something you want to ask, if there's something you want to know, maybe something you're not here, you're watching, go ahead and ask it. Let's get you guys involved who are watching the broadcast, and we'll get you in. Someone did say they want to make sure we keep saying who the catchers are, and I think you've been doing a good job with that, Eric.
I try to do it at the start of every inning because it is just a rotating crew. No catcher will catch the same consecutive. They will not catch consecutive innings.
Easton Miller is putting on a clinic right here.
That's his 3rd strikeout. And he still has a batter to face. Could he join the 4 club? We've only seen one other guy do it.
He could do it. He's looking pretty dirty.
We've only seen Casale on the other side strike out 4 in an inning. Ball is outside.
And who was catching this inning?
I believe it was number 21, Jude Pacheco.
Okay.
Whoa, inside pitch there. Yeah, it was kind of wild when not even the catcher offers at it. And I believe at the plate is Jackson Harms, if I have my color coordination correct.
He's like, don't hit me in the showcase. Please.
He's earned himself a 3-0 count.
Okay.
Harms has already walked tonight.
I'm swinging. I am swinging.
When do you not swing?
You have to swing. You have to.
He will get himself a trip to first base.
Again, it's not about winning or losing right there. It's your last at bat. This is about what you can do. He's the 5th hitter of the inning. That's what you have. A walk does nothing. It's go to first base and then go to the dugout. So you have to swing 3-0. Untraditional for tournament baseball or baseball in general, unless you play pros and you drop bombs. But, you know, in this situation, it does nothing for you to do that. A walk meant absolutely nothing except for the inning over.
But on the stat sheet, saying you walked twice, you can say this guy has good plate discipline because it was against 2 different pitchers.
I like how you're looking for the positive. I'm going to go with that. This guy looks tall.
You are correct. I believe he is the tallest player on the field tonight. His name is Winston Peterson, right-hander, 6'7", 235, from Sun Valley, California.
And he's really smart. 4.282 GPA.
And I believe at catcher, it's kind of hard to see through all the catcher's gear. They don't exactly wear their numbers on the outside. Catching is Matthew Churchill.
Stephanie's on the chat asking, does it look bad to the coaches if a catcher doesn't get an opportunity to throw someone out because there is never a runner? No, they don't hold them against them. They want to just kind of see. They do have an opportunity to throw down in warm-ups. You know, you're not throwing something lightly. You've got every opportunity to kind of show them off. That's also why you might have an opportunity to backpick. And so you might see a catcher do that. And if they do it, you know, it gives them an idea. Stephanie, I have not kept track of how many runners have been on with each catcher. Maybe there's someone you're watching going, man, there's never been a runner on for him. And that is quite possible, but it's not a negative mark for the catcher. It's just a little unlucky, you know, if you don't get an opportunity to throw someone out. But we still have 2 full innings left. Hopefully the catcher you're watching has that opportunity or has had that opportunity.
So that is ball 1 for Brody Shire. Appears that Peterson kind of has, what do they call it, that big old Texas leg kick.
He's 6'7", 235. He's a dude. Coming in.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I kind of wish you had your radar working now. Because so far, I think he throws the hardest.
Again, we have no basis.
No.
It's just, what's it look like, you know?
Counts even, 1-1. Apparently the scoreboard has betrayed us. Counts actually 3-0. Looking at the umpire's fingers. They've corrected it on the scoreboard. Well, yeah, we don't even have the control of time of day. The ball looks different when there was the sun to worry about.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing is, and let's face it, if there is a coach watching, and you know, there are, we send this out to all of the coaches with Fall Classic, and that's in the database, and hey, watch, you know, take a look at the broadcast. This is for them to try and help these kids get exposed, to show them what they've got and what's here.
Fouls that one back, trying to get out of play.
Oh my gosh, pitchers are athletes too.
Peterson with that big frame covering.
Pitchers are athletes too.
More ground than anyone else for that put out.
The third baseman almost died. He was going to freight train him over, and yeah.
All right, so this brings up another point about this showcase. Now, I don't know how you would maybe present it, but do you have to be a little bit selfish?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That was quick.
Yes. Yes. You have to do something. And look, selfish doesn't mean a bad teammate. That means you can be selfish and still encourage your teammates. You can be selfish and still show that you can be a leader. But when it comes to skill set and what you can do, selfish is absolutely number one. It has to be. It has to be. We've got someone giving Aiden Harrison a shout out. He's he's blue 45 from Menifee, California.
William Michelman, currently at the plate. 1-1 count. He's got himself a double tonight. That was hard and inside and low. 2-1. But yeah, as I'm checking the stats here, it seems like Winston Peterson, the man on the mound, is the tallest and heaviest player.
Going back to Stephanie's question, does it look bad to the coaches if they can't throw him out? Look, if the catcher is getting balls that are fastballs in the dirt that are not getting by, that's impressive. If the catcher, they're watching his technique and in going down and blocking the ball and how they're setting up and all of those other things outside of the arm, there are plenty of opportunities for the coaches to say, okay, I like this kid, other than him not having the opportunity to throw down. And again, he does every inning, so they get to see the arm and how he does it in warm-ups. Big, hanging, breaking ball, breaking down to the low part of the way on that. I like it.
And that was to Dylan Whitfield. We're going through the outfielder portion of the lineup, who has walked. Count even, 1-1. So, on defense, you're absolutely at the mercy of the other team to try to show off a little bit. Show off in the showcase.
Yeah, I mean, and look, a good play will help you out, but really what they want to see in a showcase format.
Can anybody get there as it's fouled to the right? No.
Great hustle. For instance, the shortstop. Yes, they want to see range, but really they want to see the velo going across the diamond. Same thing with third base.
More velocity.
Here's the thing. If you go to say a college showcase or a national showcase, they measure your velo across the infield. As you're an outfielder, they're measuring how hard you throw the ball from the outfield to say home or wherever you throw it.
1-2 count.
So you can't have a bad glove, but you also need to be able to chuck it. I mean, you can't be kicking balls out there and expect a coach to be impressed. But you also can't field the ball and throw just over.
Whatever your opposite of cheese is.
Yeah, like moldy cheese.
As Peterson earns his first strikeout of the night. Throwing some cheese there.
Again, we are monitoring chat, everyone, for the next 2 innings, the 9th and the 10th, which are the final 2 innings of the evening. If there's anything you want to interact with, bring it. We'll make sure we mention your comment as long as it's appropriate. It is YouTube. And so anything can happen. I mean, there's some weird comments above by some spammer about finding your perfect match. We might have to, we won't do that later. But, we'd love to interact with you. So
now it's time for the catcher to have a swing at things. Easton DeLonda in. Looks at strike one. Count even at 1 apiece. Here we are, top of the 9th inning. We do have 2 more to go, as the black team currently leads the gray team 4-3. Ball is outside, 2-1. Now, the black team currently does have a streak going in that they've scored exactly 1 run the last 3 consecutive innings. They currently have nobody on base. It seems like Peterson's trying to put an end to this, if you care about score.
They do. Again, the boys want to win, but at the same time, and they don't want to blow it. I mean, good, clean baseball wins baseball games, so that's what they want to play. And so, that's important. But it's really a pitcher's game. You're seeing a different pitcher every single at bat. It's not easy for a hitter.
Swings at a 3-1 ball. Full count now.
The last guy, here's the thing. I mean, Winston's throwing hard up there. What they might have saw the inning before is Jack Oman, who Jack dealt. So, I mean, you might just be unlucky that that's who you saw. And then you get, you go from 5'11" to 6'7".
And DeLonda has earned himself a walk. Now coming to the plate is Garrett Davidson, number 35. Bats from the left-hand side.
That must have been the catcher that's going out. Get ready to catch the next inning.
Just another quirk to the showcase format.
Well, if it was early, like the first or second batter, probably would have kept him in there to run. But right now he's got to get ready to go catch the next pitcher.
Pickoff move is wild.
And we've got...
Runner is not able to advance. It looked like a second that he was grabbing.
That got him a little bit right there.
Don't know if he was hit by the ball or the first baseman.
The first baseman's knee kind of went into him going for the ball. And
well, if you're Peterson, no harm, no foul. Runner stays at first. Strike 1.
I'd almost go to it again. I would show it again because that wasn't accurate. And, if he's able to go and run a pick here just to show that, hey, that was not how it always is.
Digs that one out of the dirt.
We're going to have a play at third. And he held him up, and I believe that's the 5th one.
Garrett Davidson digs a single
Yeah.
out of the dirt.
Yeah. So with that, that's going to take us, halfway through the 9th?
Correct.
Bottom of the 9th. So everyone, we'll be right back.
Now on the mound for the black team, right-hander Tyler Naha. He is 6'2", 170. Another one from Denver, Colorado. He fires for ball one. And then catching him is Easton DeLonda.
Easton DeLonda. Stephanie says he goes by his middle name, Cash.
Cash. Did he pick? That sounds like a nickname. Well, if you're going by middle, it kind of is.
Right.
1-1 count.
Okay.
Fouled off by Gregory Madison. One of the local kids here from Goodyear.
Mm-hmm. And the pitcher actually has a teammate in the infield from Denver, Colorado as well. He plays on Slammers Zavaris.
And I think they're calling dropped third strike.
What did I miss? I was looking down at this sheet.
Umpire was signaling to first. Madison took off.
Okay.
It was swung on. There's now a runner at first. Now here's Grant Moore with the platoon advantage. Throw is high. Now Moore is one of the few players we've seen tonight. It seems like a lot of players have gotten really comfortable and close to home plate. I don't know if they're trying.
Yeah, look, in this situation, they don't come in a ton, so you got to make sure you cover the outer half of the plate. And so, an aggressive hitter is going to get a little bit more on the plate, that then maybe someone, thinking more average, not batting average, just, they're an average hitter. And so these guys are going in with an approach saying, I'm taking away middle away. That middle away, if they're on the plate, becomes a down the middle pitch. It's not away. So that's kind of the game plan there.
More in a 3-0 count.
You see where that pitch was. That was away, right? So, and look, this is Grant Moore. I mean, you really want to be attacking. Again, you're bottom of the ninth. Your opportunities to show off, now you have a runner ahead of you. You're at the mercy of just kind of the ball getting hit, right? So,
because your stealing opportunities are now heavily limited.
Right. You can only go as far as the guy in front of you.
Now coming in is catcher Bryce Gillardon, who already has a hit tonight. Takes strike one. One of 5 hits for the gray team. Men on first and second for Tyler Naha. Counts now even 1 apiece, and there's that hat coming off. We've seen that a couple times tonight. Another athlete in this academic showcase. 4.9 GPA. I think that's the highest we've seen for the pitcher Naha.
Unless that 5.17 was accurate. Can you bank anything in like junior high, like for high school, like double up honors?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Counts now even 2 apiece. Like I thought the highest was 5, and that's you take all honors. It was like honors English, honors science, honors math.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awful.
It kind of is.
That's a good pitch.
Ooh.
Don't know where that missed, but umpires had a great zone all night, so
He has.
it might have hung up just a little too much.
Count is full. And that will be another walk. So Naha has faced 3 batters. All have reached. Bases are loaded. Here comes Mason Seept. This is what you dream of, right?
A showcase with the bases loaded.
Against a pitcher who's had an iffy zone. And he gets hit.
Ow. Ow. Don't rub it. Don't rub it. Don't rub it. That didn't look like it felt good.
Why do you not want to rub it?
I don't know. We just always say that. Don't rub it. I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't rub it. Yeah. And then you got to go up and do it again. He's been missing, when he's throwing balls, he's been missing that side of the plate.
So, and because of the format, he does not get first base. He does not get the hit by pitch RBI.
Congratulations. Get back up there.
1-0.
That would have been a run.
It would have.
That they just take off. And look, that ball's coming inside again.
Well, hey, there's your baseball gods again, right? Because you said the one run shouldn't have counted. This
Right.
one should have.
Yeah, but it's all messed up.
It's baseball, but different.
That one's going away.
Outside.
And again, going back to you, Stephanie, and I know you're watching the catcher here because that's someone you know. How he receives that ball and slides over is kind of what. Oh, there he goes
Hit
again.
again.
That one went away, and again, where he's been missing with the fastball is inside.
And you still have to face him one more time.
And look, he doesn't have to, but he's got to show what he's got right here. Now, I think the pitcher's going to take a little bit off. I'd be coming out of my shoes. He didn't want to hit him a third time. He didn't want to hit him a first or second time. But look, that at bat is tough because you don't get drilled by two fastballs in real life,
and then strike out,
and then go back up there and say, "Okay, swing the bat, kid." That does not happen. So that strikeout to me doesn't even. Nobody's looking at that on him. I mean, he got plunked two hard places.
Yeah, those weren't grazed. He didn't graze a sleeve.
No,
those were you got bone.
He's got the imprint of the stitches on him right now. And look, I mean, we're seeing some control issues. He's going to take some off, and in order to try and get some more control.
Well, this is Antone Williams at the plate. Williams has earned a walk tonight, and this will be the last batter Neha faces. The only batter Neha has retired is the strikeout, which he hit the batter twice. Just a bit outside. Counts even at 2 apiece. That hat's still coming off.
At least it's not every pitch, though.
That is outside. We have another full count.
But again, one of the things you're looking at here with the catcher, I mean, he hasn't had an opportunity to try and throw anybody out this inning, but he has been receiving the ball really well, sliding over to that ball that's trailing outside. This pitcher has had some challenges with control, and look, you're trying to throw hard. Again, there's a lot of factors in this, and gets the inside pitch for strike 3. But the way you're receiving, I mean, that's some of the things coaches are looking at. They're not just looking for how you throw the ball to second base to throw someone out. Receiving, and with some of those control issues, not one ball went to the backstop. So he was able to get over everything, get the glove on it, and prevent any runners from taking bases from a ball skipping away or anything else. That is a good performance for coaches.
Because the only balls that got away hit the batter first.
Right, which they're dead, right?
Yes.
So the runners are advancing anyways. It has nothing to do with the performance of the catcher.
And here we are, top of the 10th inning, With a score of 4-3, the black team leads the gray team. In this 2022 Junior All-Academic Showcase game, on the mound for Team Gray is Hunter Hammond. He's a righty, 6'5", running into the string of tall pitchers. From Santa Maria, California. And receiving these pitches is number 11, Matthew Churchill. So this will be the last half inning for the Gray defense.
Have you been crossing through the pitchers?
Correct.
Okay. Look, we're almost to the end.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, did I get one wrong? I thought I was okay.
You know, here's the thing. They number it for us, but it still feels good to be able to cross them off, right?
Yes. And that way it's just like they're not coming back.
Right.
Like, I can still see the notes I wrote for, like, walks and what have you, but it's like, all right, you're gone.
It's also, as we get to the end of our show, we're hitting 3 hours and 14 minutes. So if you're still with us, we appreciate you guys. Thank you. We hope you've been enjoying what we have been able to bring to you.
There's been a decent amount of scoring. Hasn't gone too long without action.
Yeah, it's been Team Gray needs to pick it up, clean it up, score some runs here at the bottom of the 10th.
They were only able to score in one inning, and that was all the way back in the second.
It was like yesterday.
Yeah, if we keep going, it might well be. Maybe by the time we're done on the East Coast, it was yesterday.
A little bit of good pop in the glove for this pitcher. Who's pitching now?
That would be Hunter Hammond from
Okay.
Santa Maria.
Santa Maria, 3.9 GPA. Santa Maria, California. He's another GBG guy, GBG Navy 2024. The Navy team for GBG is usually the top team for them.
Levi Ham swings through that one. He's had himself quite a night. He's walked. He's had a single.
This is Blue 72.
Hut hike.
Hunter, who's on the mound, his teammate with GBG is also on this team. He's an infielder, number 29.
Justin Camel, I believe.
Yep.
Inside and low.
It wasn't that inside. The catcher was just set up on the other side. So it looked like it was off. You're not going to get the call when that happens. Pops it up.
And that ball will get down. Ham trying to take
Go
second.
Blue 72, go Blue 72.
Throw is wide. Ham is safe.
So the first step on that on the right fielder, and he went back a step and a half, and that ball was short. Now, again, it comes off the bat. It looked like it was going deeper than it was off the bat. His first step was back, and that was the difference. That while he didn't get the last step of that ball, it just was, just off by about a step from being able to make that play. I love the base running. On that. He went hard the whole way, didn't stop. Blue 72, that's Levi Ham, big kid showing his legs.
And that right fielder who almost made that play was Anthony Lara, or Yera. Don't know about the double L pronunciation. And then currently in the batter's box right now is number 45, Aiden Harrison. Hits it to the shortstop. Shortstop collects. Routine play.
Moves the runner over. In baseball world, that's a very good at bat.
A productive out.
Right? And here's the thing. It was hit behind the runner, so he was able to advance to third. If you are a runner at second, in that situation, if the ball's hit in front of you, that means more towards third base, you want to hold.
Carter Chi pops this one up. Who wants it? Pitcher wants it.
Oh, pitcher makes a play.
Be a little selfish.
Pitcher makes a play there.
Yeah, I was just about to bring up this point when I said we're in the final inning. It's the last half inning for the defense. I was wondering if we were going to see some just ridiculous dives in the outfield given the opportunity, and we almost saw one at right.
Yep. He was giving it all he had.
That was a max effort play. Ball is high.
But to the point, with the runner at second, ball hit to the left side there. If it's in front of him, they make the play and just throw him out at third. And so, you don't want to go in that situation. You want to make sure that that ball goes to first before you even attempt to get to third base. Or you hold your position as second.
Bryce Robinette in at plate, and he's waving Ham through. Ham will score. So I believe that is Team Black now with 5 runs.
4. I'm taking that one back.
Oh, wow.
It shouldn't have counted.
Okay, well, if it's...
Let me do the scoreboard. No. Everything would be right.
It's the showcase format.
I know, but still.
Bryce Robinette currently in at the dish.
We have all these people that watch us that expect us to know what we're doing here.
Counts now even 2 apiece. Well, I thought the rule was it was 5 batters or 3 outs, whichever comes first. I didn't realize, it was 5 no matter what.
That's what I thought. Maybe they punted that and swung just a little late on that one.
It's a strikeout for Hammond. But what a night for Levi Ham. He gets on base all 3 of his plate appearances.
Okay.
He gets a walk, 2 singles.
Okay.
Gets the alert base running.
Yeah.
Off of the right fielder. That might actually count as a double.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so he got a single and a double.
Right.
Moves over to third, and then uses his awareness on, I believe you want to call that a pass ball, because it went between.
Yeah, that was a pass ball.
Very productive night for him.
I'm glad you're keeping track of that. That's good stuff.
Now trying to spark some magic for his own night is Cohen Nicklay, who has been on base. He earned himself a walk.
Kind of in on the hands on that.
It's deep to center. Easy play.
Good hustle out. I mean, here's the thing. He knows he's in a showcase. Hits a routine pop-up, but runs it out, takes a hard turn at first base. That's what they're looking for. They know, there isn't anybody that hits 1,000 in baseball. It does not happen.
No.
So they're looking for these things in between to see what happens here. Hard out of the box. Again, another play for the center fielder. Hard out of the box. Big turn halfway to second base. That's exactly what the coaches are looking for. So I like the effort. He knows where he's at. He's doing what he can after barreling up a ball. That was a good hit just to him. Nothing you can do about that.
Pacheco did not wait around on that one.
All right, everyone, we're heading to the bottom of the 10th. We'll be right back with you. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you in a minute.
We go where you go. Everywhere and anywhere. Purposefully built to stand up to the elements. Designed to perform under any condition. Built for the moments that matter. For the rugged and the relentless. We are the soundtrack for adventure. This is purpose-built audio. This is Rockford Fosgate.
Welcome to the bottom of the 10th inning of this showcase. As currently on the mound, the final pitcher, if you can't hear it in the background, it's Europe's final countdown playing. The final pitcher of the showcase here is Branton Dickey, 6'1" right-hander, 170 pounds from Bakersfield, California. And then receiving pitches from him is Cohen Nicklay, who has earned a walk himself and thrown out a base runner.
Hey, and we got another super high GPA, 4.5 on Branton Dickey.
Munoz.
So if baseball doesn't work out, he's got doctor written all over him.
0-1 currently for Juan Munoz, who hit the ball out in right field, and the sun won. We'll just say that. Another strike.
Yeah, great movement on that pitch. That's a hard one to hit.
Center fielder shaded over a little bit to the left. It's high and swung through. One batter, one strikeout for Dickey. So far, we have had 3 pitchers get at least 3 strikeouts, and we've had 1 get 4. Will he get 5?
Who's coming up?
Ball's outside.
Bunch of infielders.
Bunch of infielders. This is Marlo Buettner.
So you got to assume some of these guys are pretty quick, right? Slow ground ball, gets...
Count is now 2-0. Buettner, he plays for your favorite team to say.
The Guardians of the Galaxy?
In a way.
Okay.
That makes no sense if people didn't listen to it earlier.
That's what makes this part fun.
Buettner swings through that 2-1.
See, if you're not with us from the beginning, are you really with us?
You're not a bandwagon guy.
You know? I mean, this is quality entertainment.
Swung through that one as well. Count now even 2 apiece.
Those are pretty dirty pitches. I mean, that fooled him pretty bad. He knew it too. I mean, he's like, there goes that slider. There's nothing I can do about it.
Catcher setting up away. Got him to swing through it. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Dickey. Now entering is Boston Vest, the solidly named number 35.
It does sound like a pro name, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Someone's asking if this is wood, bat, or metal. This is metal and composite.
Strike 1. So is there a way to tell from the distance that we're at?
Yeah.
Or do you just know?
I know the bats, right? So, you know, it's hard to tell with the light on this one, but, you know, the DeMarini Good sticks out like a sore thumb because it's shiny silver, you know. The DeMarini Voodoo is a maroon, all maroon, one-piece bat, easy to kind of pick out. Easton's got the yellows they usually bring in. Kind of pick up on those. They do have some black and red stuff.
Nicklay looks over to first, does not get it. Counts now even 2 apiece. Last time we saw this, Dickey earned another strikeout. Slow pitch. Caught looking.
That's dirty. It's okay, kid.
3 batters, 3 strikeouts.
This stuff is nasty.
I said it on the first one. Are we going to see the first pitcher get to 5?
Here's the thing. He's got, see the lefty, that ball's coming in. He's got a chance to barrel it up. with these righties. And look, everything's staying away. I'm getting on the plate. I'm just looking away, and I know that ball is tailing away. I'm not going to pull that pitch.
Justin Campbell swung through that one.
He was trying to pull that one, and he's staying away. Now he's going to go to that slider that's just nasty right here. There it is.
Good call. 1-2.
One more time. See how the catcher's getting down to block it?
There you have it. 4 batters, 4 strikeouts.
And you know, one of the questions you asked earlier, right? Do they try and go lefty righty?
Yeah.
It's there's just too much going on. We've seen all righties, and even here there's another righty on deck, right? So he is a very hard pitcher to hit from the right side.
Matthew Churchill, the catcher wearing that black number 11, swings through that. Now, if you're Churchill here, he is the last batter, regardless of the outcome, as he's in an 0-2 hole. We have not seen a home run.
Is he the last, or is the guy on deck the last one?
Well, no, because we've had 4 strikeouts.
Okay. Well, they're probably going to give him one more because he's probably, you know, at some point there's going to be an off number, right? So he's going to go ahead and get one more at bat. This is it.
All right, this is why 42 is stepping in, Aiden Voiles. Well, now it's almost not fair if Dickey gets 5, because he faced 6.
Well, it doesn't even matter because they have 5 runs. There should be 4. See how I'm not letting that go?
What inning did that happen in?
I don't know. It was like the first.
I didn't realize that's something I would need to keep track of. They scored in this inning, but did they?
He's got an impressive performance. You know, definitely something like this raises some eyebrows.
So it seems that Dickey ran into the second set of infielders and all of the catchers.
Okay.
Counts now 2-1. This is the first time Dickey has fallen behind a hitter at all in his 6 now that he's faced. Inside, 3-1.
And here it is. I mean, again, strategy on this. I'm trying to throw just a little. This is the last batter. I'm going to try and throw a little bit harder, show these guys what I got. And here's the thing. That was ball 4, right? But he's still in the play, you know. So they're probably going to give him 1 or 2 more pitches, and that's it.
Grounds it to short, collected, easy,
and
done.
That is that, Eric. That is the end of the Arizona Fall Classic Junior All Academic Games. Again, all of these kids are absolute brainiacs, 3.8 or higher. We hope you enjoyed the show. Eric, anything you want to take us out with?
It's very fitting that the last play ended with the ball in the hand of Levi Ham. He's my MVP tonight. What a great night for him and these athletes.
Excellent, Eric. Well, on behalf of Eric, myself, and all of us at Sports Stream Media, thanks for being with us. We hope you enjoyed the show. And we're doing this again next Thursday for the Senior Academic Games. We will see you.